And welcome to another episode of More Conversations with the Average Black Man. I am Timotheus, and this is my lovely co-host. Oh, is it that way? Morphine, morphine. Let me hit the button. Where the button at? Where the button? And to
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
yeah,
y'all
my
for watching. Thank y'all for watching and coming back to us again. I know we hit y'all guys back to back on for that Sunday and then Monday, and now we back here another week at it again. Thank you for watching, though. Thank you for being consistent.
yeah, man. Let me. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna just post this show right now on our joint page. Make sure you guys follow and subscribe and all that old joint at More Average Black Man Show. YouTube.com/ at More Average Black Man Show. That's the joint channel together. That's the channel that's like this. 'Cause y'all been over here and y'all been over there. No, we need y'all to come together
We need y'all
right
to come
now.
together.
Come
Come together
together right now.
right now.
Yeah, come together. Come together. All
Yes.
right. So,
Yeah, we definitely
so,
want to
so
mix these
today
channels together. We've been trying so long.
we've been trying so hard. Yeah. So today we having a very interesting show. Uh, what's the name of this? Psychology to get today.
Yep.
Psychology Today found an old 1950s article from a magazine. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a list of 129 ways to get a husband. And we want to look at this list and see how many of them are applicable to get today. What can still be used and
Hmm.
what's completely outdated that is just hysterically ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
It's
since,
just like
and since the list
it's
is
not as useful as you thought.
and since the list is long as hell, 129, we're gonna jump right to hell in. Boom. So number one, get a dog and walk it. Translation: go outside. I, I'm not mad at that one. I'm not gonna read none of this. This what is this? This extra commentary from the author of the article that it's attached to because she she knocking it. If you don't want to walk a dog, don't get a dog. If you want a dog and don't want to walk it, get a dog walker. Like, shut up. We just having fun. Like, yes,
Like, why you just take the
take
fun
all the
out of
fun out.
everything?
Number two, have your car break down in strategic places. That don't work no more.
Oh well.
That was nah, because back in the days, you break down the damsel in distress, like, hey, you okay, ma'am? You need help? That don't happen anymore. That's done.
Hmm.
That's done. Take care of your car so it doesn't break down. Hey, now get out of here. Attend night school. Take some courses that men like. That makes sense. What you think? Go where men are? Makes sense to me.
Definitely make yourself available. Availability is everything, people. Availability is key.
Attend night school only if you want to and take the courses you want to take that you like. You can get out of here.
Well, can I read the girl parts? Okay, let me read the girl parts.
Okay, so number four, join a hiking club. Go outside. That's another go outside. Again, I
Hmm.
ain't mad at that.
All
But
right. Join a hiking club if you like hiking clubs. But if hiking solo can be awesome, then maybe try that. Or just give it all if you hate hiking.
like, oh my God.
Like, you just don't got to do it if you don't want
I
to.
Number five, look in the census reports for places with the most single men. Like Nevada has 125 men for every 100 women, and that was in 1950 something.
It was, I don't, is that it's like that now, people? Let's we somebody in the audience go look that up and see is that still that way. Okay. Looking for places that offer the life that you love. Or maybe just you already found such a place. And congratulations. Now just stay there.
Don't go for the guys, go because that's where you want to live.
Just go to these places that you love, you know.
Oh man, this is a cold one right here. Read the obituary to find eligible widowers. Look for men when their wife died.
Okay. So when something dumb happens, read the Twitter feeds and, just mock it. You'll die laughing, Now, that response, I don't understand that response to what was said because it says read the obituaries to find eligible widows, and I just don't understand what the when something dumb happens, read the Twitter and mock it because you're going to die laughing, and that's just stupid. It's
She was trying
bimbo
to.
shit. That's
She was
bimbo
trying
shit.
to.
It
All right.
wasn't funny. We didn't get the amusement in that,
Take
but the
take
rest of
up
it, let's
golf
go.
and go to different golf courses. That kind of
But
right on point. That goes
she
with
had no
what
rebuttal for that.
it, but that right, she ain't had no rebuttal for that because they always say if you want a certain type of man, you got to put yourself around those type of men. So what
Mm-hmm.
type of men? What type? If you're looking for a certain type of man that's at the country club, then you got to go to the country club, right? Hey,
Yeah.
I can't. And she ain't had no rebuttal for that one.
And she ain't had no rebuttal for that one. So, we're gonna move along. We're gonna move along. Hold on,
Moving
wait, wait,
along.
wait, wait. Why you going down so much?
I
I
went too
mean, we
far. I
just
went
went.
too far. Okay, I went too
Yeah.
far. Take several short vacations in different places rather than one long one in one place. I dig that. That creates opportunity for you to meet people in different places. And you meet like-minded people like that. If you like to travel, you meet people that like to travel. I
Yeah.
can dig
Okay. So, can I play Becky right now? So instead of going taking 7 and 12-day vacations, just take a 2 day or 3 day, and maybe you can't go to like the Cayman Islands, but there are really vacation suites around your tri-state area. Like you can still get out your state, but it'll be close enough that you get home and back. Yeah, you should try that. Yeah.
that. Okay. Number 9, sit at the park bench and feed pigeons. Was this about the fourth or the fifth time it basically says go outside?
It basically said go outside. It said go outside, and then wait, go outside again.
And
you know.
I'm not mad at that. Going outside is where how you can be seen and make yourself available to meet people.
All right, come on. What's next? Let's go. Let's go.
Hold on, real quick. Replying to someone else.
We're gonna let y'all come through.
We're gonna bring
Leave.
it up. Yeah, it's a long list. We want to go through at least 25 of them.
Yeah, like at least
Uh,
25 up before people
Take
start
a
are
bike. All right, here we go. Number 10, take a bicycle trip through Europe. Go outside.
go outside.
Go outside. Get a job in a medical, dental, or law school. That's
Ooh. Uh,
oh,
all
go
right, so
ahead,
this
Becky.
is different than pitting
Go ahead,
yourself
Becky. Go
outside.
ahead. Go ahead, Becky. Go ahead, Becky.
Okay. So, all right, this is a little different. I know you kept hearing go outside
No,
and
no,
go
no, no.
outside.
Read Becky's line underneath.
Oh, Becky got a line? I ain't see that part. Oh, become a doctor, a dentist, or lawyer. You are a badass. So you don't need to marry anyone.
You don't need to marry a doctor if you are a doctor. Like, because you're a boss. Man.
No, not your boss. You're a badass.
Oh, that's right. You're
See, black
badass.
woman say boss. Becky say you're a badass.
Right. So don't put yourself in a position be, to be around doctors and lawyers to marry a doctor or lawyer. Just become one, and then you don't need a husband.
Then
See,
you don't need a
that's
doctor or
her
lawyer if
that's
you're a doctor
her
or lawyer.
that's this woman's modern rebuttal to this statement from the 1950s is that you don't even need a husband. Just do you, man? Oh, there's
Well,
okay. Number
I kind of agree with that in a way. If that's your mindset, if your mindset is that you're only in this sphere to get a
sphere.
doctor, dentist, or sphere, not
Oh,
field,
sphere,
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 the sphere,
sphere. I got you.
right? If you're in this sphere to get a doctor, a lawyer, and a dentist bank account, then maybe you should just become a doctor, lawyer, or a fucking dentist, because that's all you want is the money, honey. You don't really care about the man. So
No, but she want to spend his money
she telling
because
you, but
because two.
she not saying go spend his
Now
money. She said go make his
look.
money. I agree with that. I agree
A
with that.
doctor, a doctor by themselves is middle class.
Mm.
A doctor with a doctor wife is upper middle class, probably 2-3%. I don't see a problem, lady, with your
I don't
commentary.
see a problem neither, but I do understand the mindset, ladies. If you that's what your
Uh,
intentions are.
all right, number 12. Become a nurse or an airline stewardess. They have high marriage rates. Ah, go ahead, Becky. The, ne-
Okay.
the next line. Becky line.
Become a person who thinks for herself. They have very high rates of living the life that works for them rather than the life that works for everyone else, like or they should want. Everyone else should want,
The
you
lady
know?
that the lady that wrote all this commentary sounds like a bitter Betty. Nobody wanted to marry me, so you shouldn't even try to get married. You don't need a husband. I couldn't get one. So since I couldn't get one, join the Bitter Betty Club. Become a gold member.
I see it differently. I think it do sound better. It's not differently. I agree. I'm gonna just say I agree. It's definitely some bitter shit, but it is telling on a different level of individualism. Like she always talking about herself, what you could do for yourself. You don't need nobody else. She always isolating. She's always preaching isolation. Like that's crazy. Why you want just because you by your fucking self don't mean
Right. Don't mean everybody want to be by themselves. Just because don't nobody want you, don't mean, you know what I mean?
like why everybody gotta isolate themselves? Because you, I mean, why is
Right.
you? That's what individualism is, people. Individualism is isolation.
Right. Hyper individualism. Number
Hyper
13,
individualism.
ask your friends' husbands who the eligible men are in their offices. Yes, I can get that.
That's
This is
your
one of
friend's
those.
husband who's the eligible
This
man in their
this
office.
is
Oh yeah,
basic.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah, 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 yeah.
this is basically tying to the idea of birds of a feather flock together. So
Absolutely.
if your homegirl's husband is a doctor, pretty sure his friends are gonna be doctors. so
Yep.
hey Misty, do your husband got any single doctor friends that looking for? I can't knock this one. This one works for me. This
Yep.
not a bad one. It's not a bad one to me, in my opinion.
I think that's that. And hold on, wait. How long is it ago? How long ago was that? This is like almost.
Not 1950s, yeah. So this is
So
60 years.
is this 60 years ago?
60,
Look,
yeah.
it stood to the test of time. It stood 60 years old. This rule still stands. Yo, ask your friend's husband. Where the
Number,
men's at?
and she didn't have no commentary for that one. She didn't hate on that one.
She ain't. She couldn't hate on that. What can you
Didn't hate on
say?
that
Like
one.
that was good. That was Jules right there. That was
Okay,
Jules. That wasn't Jules. That was good Jules.
number 14. Be nice to everybody. They may have an eligible brother or son. And then the Becky line is
The Becky line
be
is
nice to everybody.
be nice to everybody. Just be
Oh,
nice to
oh, oh, oh,
everybody.
number 15. Become a passport mama, a passport girl. Get a government job overseas. Get your
Oh,
passport.
become a passport sis.
There you go.
In
I
the
don't know the name of it.
1950s. Oh my God. In the 1950s.
Yeah, they was
Women was
encouraging women to
telling
be.
women to be passport sisters and sisters. Be a
Yeah,
passport sister.
volunteer for jury duty. Back then, that meant a lot because not everybody could vote. Only certain people with certain credentials and credibility that had jobs and all of that could vote. So that makes sense. So a person that's at jury duty would be an upstanding citizen because they didn't have any felonies and all of that type of stuff. So yeah,
Wow.
that's a wah, wah, wah. That's let me hold on.
Where's the Southwest?
Yep, yep. All right. Be friendly to ugly men. Handsome men, handsome is as handsome does. So basically, she's saying get you an ugly husband because he gonna treat you right. I don't know. I don't, this list long. I might throw the link out there because this. I want to hear some other opinions on this.
Yo,
What you
that's
think?
fucked up. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's playing on that man's vulnerabilities. That's
Let's do it.
manipulation.
Becky line. Read the Becky line after. Oh no, that's
Just
number
be
18. My
friendly.
bad.
Hold on,
Yeah,
wait. It says be no. That's under number
yeah, that's
17.
you right.
Just
You
be
right.
friendly to people. Just be friendly to people. Whether they're ugly or not. Just be friendly. Just be hospitable. Be a
My
good
bad.
human.
I've been sleeping on the. I've been sleeping on the comments. All right. Shout out to Neo Love. Shout out to Neo Love. Mr. Leo Love. What he got going on?
So women should tell their friends and husbands that they're horny and available. Hey yo, Neil, get on my nerves. What's up,
All
Henny Boo? Hey,
right.
Henny
All
Boo.
right. All right. So I'm about
All
to
right,
throw
we're
the
gonna
link.
put this
I'm
link
about to
out.
throw
We're
the
gonna
link
put this
out
link
there.
out
Yeah. There it is.
because they
I
about
just
to
threw
get
it on.
into another topic before we get into number 18. We're gonna throw that link out.
Yeah. 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 So I just threw the link
uh,
out everywhere. If you're still watching, it's in the comments. I just threw it in the comments. I'm not about
in
to
the comment
throw
sections.
all. I'm not about to hold y'all hands today. Number 18. Tell your friends that you are interested in getting married. Don't keep it a secret. I don't know how to
Don't
feel
keep.
about that one. I think in the 1950s that was cool, only because in the 1950s, it other women were encouraged by other women to get married. I think today
Mm-hmm.
it'll be. I think it'll be some haters. Girl, you don't want to get married. Yeah, you don't get married. You got to answer to some man. He gonna try to control you, girl. Nah, that one don't stand the test of time. Whoever popped in, bring them
Um,
on up. And then he gonna walk
yeah, I
away.
was posting it on my finger.
Yep.
He get on my
Shout,
nerves.
shout out to Neo Love. So where we at now? You gotta read the Becky
Shout out
part.
to One Love.
Read the Becky part.
Okay, hold on. Wait, tell your friends that you are interested in getting
That's
married.
the
Don't keep
Becky.
it a
That's the
secret. Yeah,
Becky voice.
and I
Becky.
know, I know. I had to get the mindset of how she would respond to this. Tell your friends you have no interest whatsoever in getting married. Don't keep it a secret. Tell your mother, tell other relatives, tell all random people you meet on the streets. Declare it on social media
That
That cool.
you have no interest.
that you have no interest whatsoever in getting
At,
married.
with the list say to tell your friends you're interested in getting married. Oh, this bitter Betty. Oh, this is a bitter
She said, "Don't
Betty.
tell your friend, tell your friends, tell everybody you ain't interested. I ain't
Right.
interested.
Put it on social media like this is closed for
I don't want
business.
to get married."
Closed for
But it to be 60-40 for Becky, for evil Becky, okay, for evil Becky. For some reason, the bitch keep getting the dude, so they like it. They like that shit. They like bitches.
Mm.
They like that shit. They like that. No, 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 and then I got her to say yes. They like that.
Get lost at a football game.
yeah, get lost at a football game. Not bad advice. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you lost? You need help?
Me too.
The damsel in distress. See,
The
that's the
damsel
second
in
time
distress.
that's the second time the damsel in distress been on here.
Yeah, the first one was conveniently get car trouble in random places and shit.
Right.
Like just conveniently
Number
get car
number
trouble.
number 20. Don't take a job at a company that's largely ran by women. That makes sense unless
That makes
you like
sense.
you like women. But go ahead, read the Becky line.
Run the company.
No, you said it. No, you got to say that with feminism in your voice. Run the company.
Run the
It's your
company.
company.
That's
You don't
your
need
company.
anyone. Yeah,
Matter of
it's
fact,
your
the
company.
fuck taking a job.
And don't
Be
even
the
hire
job.
and don't hire men. Only hire women
Just
because
hire a
men have
bunch of
men in
women
the sport already.
so they periods could sync up and come on at the same time.
Get a job demonstrating what? Get a job demonstrating fishing and tackle and sporting goods store. So get a job at Big Five. Okay, you can meet me in a Big Five. I'll get that.
In other words,
Go
get a
to
job.
make yourself available. Got you. She's saying put
No, no,
yourself
no,
where
no.
men.
That's bigger than that. That's bigger than that. Get a job in a male dominating field. Here's for two reasons. Here's two reasons. You eliminate the smorgasbord of freaking meat, ladies. Like meat galore. Meat galore. Okay?
Miss
You're in
Fields,
the meat factory.
Where you at, Miss Fields? Because Miss Fields had a job at AutoZone. You know what I mean?
Meat galore. Meat galore right there. And
Miss,
then the second one,
excuse me, Mrs. Fields. Excuse me.
Mrs. Fields. Don't get it messed up because they don't want them. And the second reason why you would get a job at a more male dominated or situation or job or career field or whatever is that you guaranteed to get the job because they don't got no women.
Not if you
Guaranteed to
ugly.
be
If
the
you
fuck in
cute,
there.
if you ugly, no.
If you ugly and you could get the job done and they could get that tax write off, is now they know your ass ain't. We don't got to worry about like HR problems. Bitch, you ugly. So this is a good height. Don't listen to this man. Don't listen to this man. You gonna get hired because you're a female. Smell dominated. They want to see pussy
Not
too.
if you ugly. Not if you ugly.
It don't matter if you're ugly. It
It
don't matter if
matters.
you ugly. It don't.
Mm.
It don't.
You know what? This is a male dominated field. Hey guys, should I hire this 780-pound woman just so they could be a woman here? No, okay, I
No.
didn't think.
That's not ugly. That's not ugly. Except you could 700 pounds. That's crazy. You could get an ugly chick that could do the job. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
No, let me tell
Saying
you,
that she overweight means that she can't perform.
I have experience in this field. That is
All right.
ugly. Drum roll.
Number
Next,
22. On a plane, train, or bus, don't sit next to a woman. Sit next to a man. Becky Line.
no, don't do that today. Don't do that
Mm.
today.
I don't stand up
It's a
today.
different day. Yeah, it's a different day. No,
It's
sit
the
next
same
to a
day. Men
woman.
are the same.
It's a different generation. Don't sit next to a dude.
You can sit next to a woman and she rape you in this day. So what you talking?
I ain't, it's not about the danger part. It's just it's a different day. If you really want to attract
Man,
a man's attention, no, don't sit around dudes.
don't.
Actually sit
Well,
by your fucking self.
yeah, I
Sit by
understand what she's
yourself.
implying. She's implying sit around men so you can spark up a conversation with men. Because if you're sitting with women, when there's groups of women together, men tend to not want to holler because they think whoever don't get hollered at is gonna hate. So if it's two women sitting together and you holler at one, hey, how you doing? She don't want you. She got him like that's the friend gonna say that because she hating that you didn't holler at her.
I get that, but this it says plane, train, or bus. So this is random women, not your friend, not nobody. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't sit next to a man unless you like that man. But if you're trying to attract men, attract other men, no, don't sit next to other men.
Well, that's what I think
Sit by
she's getting at.
yourself. Like
If you get on,
sit by
if I think that's what
yourself.
I think that's what the list is implying. If you get on the bus and you see somebody you think is cute, go sit by him. Hey, how you doing? Is this seat taken? Is this seat taken? Six pipe.
I didn't get that, but let's read Becky part. Spread your spread. Oh wait. Let me get it.
Spread
Spread,
that
spread out all your stuff on the next seat.
spread that coochie out.
So you and maybe you would get to have the whole road to yourself. So just don't do that. Like just spread
Boo.
your stuff out to the next seat and you can get that whole road to yourself and you don't even have to worry about that. Now I'm gonna say I use that technique. I use that technique for women. I use it for men. I am not sexist with that technique. I like that technique. It's a
All
wonderful thing.
right.
Definitely do
Go
that.
to 23. Go to all your high school and college class reunions. There will be widowers there. Catch a husband that his wife didn't die. He already know how to be a husband, girl. He needs you to come fill that void and make them sandwiches.
That's the second time they done told women to go get a dead
That is the
woman's
second
fucking
time.
husband. Like that's the
That is the
second
second time.
time.
Yeah. But it make that hey, you know he believe in marriage.
Because you know he believes in marriage. Cause his wife died.
That's cold beans right there.
That's
Cold
fucked
beans.
up. We making
All
jokes of
right.
it, but that's fucked up.
I
Donuts.
think
She didn't have no. She did.
third.
She didn't have no rebuttal for that either. Don't be afraid to associate with more attractive girls. They may have some leftovers. Oh damn!
Mm.
Don't be afraid to associate with more attractive girls. They may have some leftovers. Oh damn!
Oh man.
They got a
That's
Becky line
crazy.
after it too.
I know, but I'm still trying to digest the fact that she said to go get the attractive women leftovers, which is like again another manipulative
It's probably better than
situation.
what you was gonna get on your own.
Yeah, there's that possibility.
Yeah, but he also is vulnerable from not getting the one that he wanted.
What you mean?
Yeah, that struck a chord, didn't it?
No, I'm saying what you mean.
Like, in other words, all right, don't be afraid to associate with more attractive women. They may have
Yeah.
some leftovers. So that means don't be afraid to fuck or get the guy that they already had. Not the men that they
No,
attract,
no, that's not
but
what a
the men that they
leftover
already
is.
had.
No, you added that. Yeah,
It
you added
says
that.
leftovers,
Leftovers,
bruh.
leftovers. It's not men that they already had. It's men that they didn't want. They threw them niggas away. They wasn't on their level.
That's discarded.
That's
They did
leftovers.
no. That's not
That's what they
leftovers.
mean by
That's not
leftovers.
leftovers.
Yes.
We all know what leftovers. That means you had it and then you discard it. Like you got the crumbs. You got
No.
the
You
rejected
are getting the crumbs.
of the
You got to
chosen.
reject it. That's the main idea. The men they didn't want. That's what I'm saying.
They got the rejected of the crumbs. So they got like I said, that's a
That's what it's
manipulation
saying.
tactic. He's vulnerable. He got
No, you
rejected.
trying to
But
make
they
her fuck him
have to
and
save
then
her.
throw him. You trying to make him fuck. You be playing Sims too much. You trying to make him fuck.
You-
Oh
oh
God,
man.
I'm just saying, you
Yeah,
know.
no, because what Neo said is what I got from it too. Like whoever she kicked to the curb is technically leftovers. So if she curving
So
somebody, hey, that if you funny looking and you kicking it around a whole bunch of fine women, the person she kicking to the side is better than anything you could probably get on your own.
Yeah.
so what did I say different? I said it's some dude that
You
she
said
didn't
she
want. Is
fucked
he's the
him.
rejected.
No,
You
but you
said
said
she
she
fucked him.
smashed him. You said she smashed him, and she done already been with him, and now
He
she
pussy
got a
whipped behind her. That's
uh,
what you said.
and
You
now she
said
got a
all that.
now
Had
she
him,
got a
whether
now
they
she got a
had
settle
or
for.
not had sex,
You
she
gotta
had
hide
the
him
dude,
now. You
and
gotta
he the
hide your nigga
leftovers.
from
He the
her
leftovers.
because he really want her and he settled for you and he done fucked her already. You gotta hide him from her. You can't bring him around her no more. That's what you said.
That's what she said. You know she don't really like that dude. She about to dump him anyway. Stick around. You know, put that whisper in his ear, like,
He
yeah,
keeping hope
it's
alive to
a
get up,
hoe. You
and
know,
he
she
just
was talking to
with it.
Johnny the other day. You should come over here with me. Type chick. Y'all like that.
But that's just until she dumped Johnny, and then he gone. He'll leave you in a second, and you know it.
That's what I'm
All right.
saying, bro. It's just it might be a bad deal, brother
We
love.
only have
All right, go
okay. Let's
ahead.
keep moving because we're 30 the way through. 25. Go back to your hometown and visit. The wild kid next door may have become a very eligible bachelor while you were away.
See, that's not going to work in 2024 now because they done fuck the dudes in the hometown. I don't think they want to go back.
In this day and age, you got to leave the hometown because your hometown and ran through you. You got to go
Yeah,
somewhere else.
like you
You got to
didn't
go
ran through
somewhere
the
else
whole town.
so they can think you got some virtue.
Oh shit. This list is going to be entertaining. Okay. Go back to your hometown for a visit. Chances are the annoying kid next door won't be there anymore.
I'm having
Man, she
camera.
responding to dumb shit. I don't even like her responses. Like she should, the things that we think she should respond to, she's not, and the things that she is like, I don't even want to read this. Let's go. We
Uh,
already know
uh,
that's not gonna work. Bitches done fuck the dudes in their hometown already. So
right. Okay. Don't room with a girl who has Wait, don't room with a girl who is a sad sack and let her pull you down to her level. Don't hang around depressed women. That's gonna make you depressed because bitter Betty is gonna make you bitter too. I dig that. But let's see what homegirl got to say.
don't ruin with anyone. It's it is so awesome having your own place and your own space. Just don't do it. Just don't ruin with people. Like just don't ruin with people. How about that? Well, I agree with what 26 is. We can move along. We ain't no really it's no
Right.
really big debate
I'm
about
having
that.
camera. My camera just tripped out. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, you
Uh,
went right on.
get a part time job in a convention
Oh, what?
A convention bureau.
bureau. Bureau.
Bureau.
Census
Bureau.
Bureau.
Bureau. And why go work the for the ops? I don't know about that.
Nah, all this shit is trash. Go get a job at the sperm bank. Go get a job at the sperm bank. And they don't have to need a magazine. They could use you. There you go.
I didn't know you was gonna go that way with it, but okay.
That's the best way to do it.
27. No, 28. Change apartments from time to time.
Who can afford to do that in this day and age? Nope, that don't work.
That ain't gonna work. It's
Weird.
too
That's
expensive to
weird.
do that. It's too expensive to do that. That's not gonna work. 29. When traveling, stay at small hotels where it's easier to meet strangers.
That sounds crazy as hell.
That sounds like a motel and not a hotel. And I don't think we
Yeah.
want to do that. I don't think we want to do that at all.
That
No.
sounds like she sound like a lady of the night.
Yeah.
The lady of the night. We talking
Yeah,
about
that's
1950s. This is lady of the night.
yeah, that's a lady of the night for sure.
Yeah, we don't like 29. Can we? Oh, your sound effects ain't working. We can't get a wah wah.
Let me see. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of problems going on right now. Number
Oh man,
29.
yes. Cause
All right. Learn to paint. Set up an easel outside in engineering school. Another one for go outside.
No,
if you
that's
like,
not an engineer school though. That's different. but it's
If you
called
like to paint, if you like to paint, just set up an easel where no one can bother you. Like, don't you want to be alone? Don't you want to have your peace? Just set it where no one's at. You can be secluded. Don't you like seclusion?
no.
Yo, this woman been preaching seclusion
Yeah,
for the
see,
last 30 questions. The last 30
She a
fucking
Betty. She a bitter Betty.
seclude
Straight
yourself.
bitter Betty.
That mean that
Straight bitter.
coochie tight, but it don't work no more.
Ah, it's dry. Got sandpaper in it.
Yeah.
All right. Now I guess this is the category changing. How to let him know you are there. Number 31. Stumble when you walk into a room that he's in. So basically, she's saying fall over, be goofy to get the attention drawn to you. Trip and fall when you walk in the room to make everybody look at you.
All right, so in other words, just
That's goofy.
do dumb shit to get his attention. Alrighty.
That's be goofy. And she ain't
Um,
had no rebuttal. So she didn't have a rebuttal for the goofy. That's weird.
she ain't had no battle for the goofy. She ain't had no battle for goofy, baby.
Hey, that wouldn't work. Y'all hating on it. That wouldn't work.
He said that would have worked. Right.
Damsel in distress. That's what that is.
Yeah, damsel in distress. You're right. I agree.
That'll work.
That's true.
I help a woman up. Woman, are you okay? And then I notice her eyes. Some shit.
It was a couple of those situations where it was a damsel in distress.
This the third one.
Yeah, this the third
All
damsel in
right.
distress.
So number 32, forget discretion every once in a while and call him up. So this must be after you done already met. Look, hey, you trying to come over and bust this open or what? What's going on?
Well, yeah, of course. All this is after you met. Remember, the list is this part of the list is about
Yeah,
how you let him
let him
know
know
that you're there.
that you
Yeah,
exist. Yeah.
this is
Carry
how
a
you
hat
keep
box.
them.
Carry a hat box. That's 1950s. I don't understand.
Hey,
Look. Becky said,
Look up.
Alexa, what's Hatbox?
Yeah, right. I'm about to look with it. What does the hat box mean in
As a
1950?
noun,
Yeah,
havoc is usually defined as
and
great
Bob.
destruction or devastation, ruinous damage. As a verb, havoc is usually defined as to work havoc
Alexa,
upon.
stop. That's not even what I asked, but I said Hatbox. She said Havoc. So, in other words, Alexa's listening and said this bitch is causing havoc. Okay, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that?
a hat box is just a box you carry hats in. Like, all right, whatever.
All right, she didn't know the Becky didn't know what a hat box is. Said she wanted to Google what is a hat
Right.
box.
Wear a band-aid. People will ask you what happened. Damsel,
Yeah.
damsel in
Um,
distress. Huh?
a dancer with distress again. I ain't gonna lie, that might work. That might
All right,
work. That might work.
number 35 is definitely outdated. Make a lot of money. According to the cap on the internet today, men don't like women that make a lot of money.
Nope. That's
To
not
be
gonna work.
capping. I don't
It's
care
not gonna
about a
work.
woman's money. I don't care about a woman's
Well,
money.
if a woman got a lot of money, she
Not
gonna
gonna work.
if she really balling, she gonna have to make a move on anybody who's less balling than her.
Right. And Becky didn't have no reply for this, so she with that feminism. Make a lot of money. That's right, girl.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
learn
Becky did say.
several.
Hold on. Wait. Becky did say, run the company. That's what
Yeah.
Becky said. Becky said when it was like, be something about the boss or put yourself in the boss. She said, motherfucker,
Hmm?
just be the boss. So she don't got no reply to that.
Okay, learn several funny stories and learn to tell them well, but make sure you don't tell them to him more than once.
An old woman wrote that.
Yeah, that sounds like this from the 1950s, man.
Yeah, it's from the
No,
1950s. Yeah.
an old woman in the 1950s wrote
All
He said a
right.
poor woman from the 1950s wrote
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Yeah, tell him a good story, baby. Yeah. If you
You
get him
know,
real interested in it, once you got his attention, you look up next to he won't even realize y'all married. Girl, I
mhm.
tell.
Yeah, baby, because this gonna work out, baby. This gonna work out for you. Just
Learn to walk up to men and tell them you need some advice. No, that don't work in 2024. That don't work in 2024.
Yeah,
Nah,
for
they
the
they do.
argument. It can work, but it can go wrong.
They could go wrong real fast.
I can see that going wrong.
All
If you
right, now,
talking to a Rugaroo,
I could see that going really wrong. In 2024, I could definitely see that going wrong.
all right. Number 38. Dropping a handkerchief still works. Who carries the handkerchief?
that.
First of all, we don't carry handkerchiefs. We carry tissue, and if you drop that motherfucker, I guarantee you, at the COVID, ain't nobody touching
Uh,
it.
right. Go ahead and read the Becky line is on the screen for the handkerchief. Go ahead.
Drop your handkerchief and just walk away. Handkerchiefs are gross. Use tissue.
Shut
I just
up.
said that though. I just said that though. I just said it differently. Like,
You
if you
bitter
drop your
Becky.
handkerchief,
Shut up.
ain't not a person is picking that snotty nasty thing up because of COVID. Like, we like, you got that shit. You ain't touching that. Spray it with
Bitter,
Lysol.
bitter Becky needs to shush.
You drop your handkerchief in 2024, everybody is spraying it with Lysol. Like, you treating it like it's subject 9 and shit. Like, this is the first fall. All right, let's go to 39.
It's not on the screen.
39 on the
All
screen.
right. 39 is on the screen.
I
Have your
said it's on the
father
screen.
buy have your father buy some theater tickets that have to be what got rid of. Have your
Have your
father
father.
buy some theater tickets that have to be got rid of.
Oh, wow.
That's how
Somebody
they
didn't
talking.
prove.
That's how they talking in 1950. Have your father buy some theater tickets that have to be got rid of. That's
that,
black.
that, that had to be got rid. Tell your father to buy you some almost expired tickets, like 2, 3, 4 days before they get expired, and tell him to give them on to you. Like, daddy, I got them. I take you off. I take that off your hands. I got that, daddy. I got that, daddy. That, don't worry about it. I got it. I got it. Hey, Ray. You want to go? You want to go to the 79ers? They got a game today. Yeah, man. We got that. We only got 2 days to go, though. We only got 2 days. All right, Becky. Go to the theater with your dad, or just buy your own tickets and go with your friends, or just go on your own.
I'm
Becky,
having
like,
technical.
so you can't go with another man, but you could go with your daddy. You weird.
I'm having super technical issues right now. I done lost my camera, man.
We still see you and we still hear you, but you went back to like old
No, my
school.
right, my OBS disconnected. It
Yeah,
won't come
your
back up.
OBS it disconnected, so it
All
just
right,
got you
number
on old
number
school.
40. Stand in the corner and cry softly.
Oh, oh,
Chances are a good man will come over to find out what's wrong with you, baby. What's the matter with you, baby? You all right? What he do, girl? What that man do to you?
what
So he
seems to
can
be
more report with your ass. What, New York? What you was gonna say, New York?
what seems to be troubling you, dog, baby? Would you like me to take you to a picture show?
I got the tickets yesterday. We only got 2 more days to go. Don't forget about that. Like, you gotta be limited. Like, you only gotta they gotta
I got
expire in a couple days.
Uh,
They gotta expire in a couple days. Oh my god. Let's go to 40. I just started reading it.
you
Becky
read
tripping.
I read 40. I just read 40. You were supposed to read the Becky part.
All right. Because I was like, hold on, wait, set up a what? All right. Set up a GoFundMe page for people who stand in your corner, crying softly in hopes of landing a man. They need help. Hold on, wait. Set up a GoFundMe for people who stand in your corner, like who
No.
stand in corners, crying softly in hopes of landing a man. They need help. Oh.
She's basically saying
Ah, shit.
yeah,
Damn.
she's calling them retarded. Like straight up.
Yo, she said, start up a GoFundMe for people that stand in corners and cry softly in hopes of landing a man. They need help. We gotta
Right.
save them.
She basically saying any woman that does that is corny.
Corny, corny, corny. We need
41.
a we need a we need a sound effect that say that
Yeah, give me a
just like
it's
that.
corny. You gotta get Russ. It's
Corny.
corny. You gotta get Russ.
You gotta
Corny.
get right.
She's corny, boy. She's
It's
corny, mad
corny.
corny. Don't
All
let
right.
him fish for your name the next time you meet. None of this guess who stuff. That's corny. Yeah, just tell him if this ties together with the just be polite one that was earlier and be nice, because it was like, how you
Mm-hmm.
doing, ma'am? My name is Timotheus, and you are none of your business. Like it is. That's what you think my name is. Like, yeah,
Like, no. Uh, who this? Who you think it is? No, yo, who
that's
this? So
that's
you can
real
get number
corny.
out for everybody? No, you just being confrontational.
Yeah,
Bitch, I don't
that's
know who the
corny.
fuck this is.
All
Who is
right,
this?
42. If you are at a resort, have the bellboy paid you to do what? Sound like you're gonna get a bill. Sound like you're gonna let the bellboy smash. Yeah.
If you if you're at a
Basically,
resort, have a
no, I
GoFundMe.
get what she's saying. She's basically saying make it appear like you're important. That's what they
Mm.
basically make it look like you're important. So if the bellboy pages you, then you be like, oh, people will be like, oh, who is she? Why they paging her at the resort? Like, what's going
Ah, yeah. Can we get a womp womp on that one too?
on? Buy a convertible. Men like to ride in them. So get you a car so you can let your man drive it.
Oh my god! Why is that so funny? That shouldn't be that funny.
Hey, that's what it say though.
I mean,
That's how
that's
I
and
interpreted
Becky
it.
ain't had no rebuttal for that. She ain't had nothing to say about that. Like, yep,
Nah,
that's
she,
exactly what you should do. You should do that. That's what you should do.
all right, 44. Learn how to bake tasty pies, apple pies. Bring one to the office and let the eligible bachelors taste it. Let them taste your pie.
Bruh.
What just, bruh, right? Bruh.
So Becky had to come back for that one. Learn to bake pies, tasty pies, and eat them. Okay. All right,
Um,
45. Laugh. 45. Laugh at his jokes. That's
Becky said, laugh at people who laugh at men or women, jokes in hopes of finding a spouse that way.
yeah. She calling that corny too.
Yeah, because that's corny.
But
It's corny.
basically, yeah, corny, corny, corny. Basically, showing that you're
Corny.
interested is corny.
I mean, don't listen. If they're not funny, don't laugh. But if they
Yeah, that's
funny,
right.
don't
Right.
don't try to front like that shit wasn't
Don't try to
funny.
force it. Yeah, don't try to force it at all. Don't try to force it.
Don't
Don't
try to
do that.
force it because you know that wasn't funny. You just
No, don't.
sound like a hyena.
Don't try to force it at all. All righty. What number we on? 46. If there's a wallflower among men you know, why not cultivate it? For all you know, he may be a diamond in the rough. Okay. So translation, holler at the shy dude because the shy dude might really be a good dude. He just too shy to know that he's a good dude and approach him.
I agree. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. I think you should holler. If I mean, yeah, it depends because some people don't like that, don't like passive aggressive dudes, or they don't like passive dudes. So go for what you like. Go for him. Don't be waiting for him, girl. Go for him.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Accidentally have your purse fly open, scattering the contents all over the street, hoping that a man will come and save the day. Damsel in distress again. See, this couldn't work in 2022 because condoms and rubbers and stuff will be falling out.
I was about to think about it like they gun in there. It's a whole bunch of
Well,
shit. Women put in their purse
I mean,
now. I don't think that's gonna work out.
her bottle gonna fall out. You know what I mean?
A little bit with the little travel vibrator,
Right. All of that. The rose gonna fall out. You know what I'm saying?
that's just a bad idea because a
Right.
woman's pocketbook
Tam-
today is
tampons
like
and
her
all of that
mini.
gonna roll. Right.
A woman's pocketbook today is like a mini suitcase. So no, man, it's like let all the shit out your suitcase fall out. Come on now, we're not doing it.
Tampons gonna fall out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I just noticed that. Lullaby and
Hey, Mrs.
goodbye.
Fields,
And
Mrs.
Mrs. Fields.
Fields.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everybody's doing well.
Yes, we are doing very well. We are cracking up at this list from 1958.
What
Okay.
number y'all on?
48 now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to do some
Now you
self
all good.
care.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. We got
Yeah.
like through at least like 20 by ourselves before we added, started adding people. But it's
Yeah.
129 ways though. So
Yeah.
we got a ways to go.
So
Okay,
we still ticking. We still ticking. Number
okay.
48. Men like to think they're the authorities on perfume. Ask his advice on what kind of perfume you should wear.
Absolutely. All right, look,
Excuse me,
that's like,
excuse me, sir. How does this smell?
let
Oh,
me
oh y'all
say,
can't y'all can't see me because my camera is tripping. Oh man.
it's okay. I'm gonna hold it down for the camera for us to be on camera. I'm gonna fade away every now and again, but I'm gonna come back.
Right.
But
Because I could fix it, but I would have to stop sharing the screen unless you share your screen.
I don't have that. Do I have that on my screen?
It's in the note. It's in the notes.
Hold on, wait.
It's the link in the
I was
notes.
trying to avoid trying to do any of that because I like it when you do that. But all right, we're
Right.
gonna go through and when I
But
get
we good. Nobody wants to see my ugly face anyway. So
Amen.
man.
all right. So basically she's saying spray something on your wrist and reach your hand out. How does this smell? It's intimate. Smell my wrist, mister, and he gets to cradle your forearm and gently snap ever so gently.
I'm just telling
I
y'all that if
I
you
can
wanted
see
to
that
find a
one.
man, that right there, that's gonna work. That's gonna work.
Yeah,
Especially
smells
a guy
are.
that especially a guy that you don't
No,
know if he like you or attracted to
but
you. You
but
just walk up.
basically,
How you think this
but
smells?
this is a lesson in this. I interpret this one as a lesson in flirting. Like you're at the counter, the perfume counter in Macy's or whatever and whatnot, and you see a man that you think is fresh, and excuse me, sir, what do you think of this fragrance? And you just spray it on. It depend. You know what I mean? You spray it on your wrist, let him cradle your wrist and sniff your wrist. Oh, that's very nice. If you really want him to know that it's popping, you spray it on your neck. Then you lean over and let him smell your neck. You know what I mean? So that's intimate because now he's bringing his nose into your space. So now it's like, yeah, baby, you smell real good.
You
You know what I
smell
But I
mean?
mean,
real good.
but the same
I
thing can be
think
said
that's a good
for
one.
cologne. Like I remember Billy. My favorite for him is what was it? Nautica Blue, I think, or Nautica Voyager. One of the two. I don't remember. It's been so long. But that's what he used to wear all the time when we first started dating, and it was like I could smell him through the door. You know what I mean? And because I told him that that fragrance was nice on him, I think he bought it more than he probably would have.
Right. Yeah, probably. Let's move on because we got a long
Yeah,
way to
that's a
go.
long list. All right.
Yeah,
We got
number
a
49.
long list.
Number 49. Get better eyeglasses, looking glasses. This is from 1959. Get better looking glasses. Men still make passes at girls who wear looking glasses or try contact lenses.
Where
Or,
you
or
find this
try
list
contact
from?
lens.
Huh?
Just for context, where did you find this list from?
This list was a list that a psychologist found in the old magazine, and she
Okay.
decided to post this list in Psychology Today, which is where we're
Okay.
reading it from.
Okay.
So number 50, practice drinking with your women friend first. What?
All right.
Huh?
If you all
I
right,
need
say
that.
you
What?
just
Huh?
I got that. I got that. So
Okay.
say
So
you're
basically, you
never
drink with your homegirls to build your tolerance, so you don't pass out with a man
right.
and get scraped.
Instead of
I got
passing out with a guy. Like if you know you want to if you don't know that if you know, but if you're just starting off and you're a light drinker or
you.
you just starting off drinking, then I would
Right.
say that yeah, do that because if you don't know that you will pass out after 2 or 3 shots, well, let's say 3 or 4 shots, why would you learn that with a dude versus your girlfriend?
Right. Right. And that's
You know,
protection against getting scraped. You don't want a man to scrape you on the
you
concrete.
don't want no man to
I
grape
can
you,
agree with
man. You
that.
don't want no grapes,
Well,
man. You don't want no
not just that. Like a lot of men will find a woman who is, um, uh, um,
I can drink them
um
under the table.
yeah, they won't find that attractive, you know. So like if you take a few drinks and like you all out of it, they be like, oh my God, Lord have mercy, what have I got myself into? You
Right.
know, because now you're in a position where you're stumbling on the ground and acting a fool. So I agree with
All
that
right.
one.
51. Dye your hair and pick a shade and stick with it. So
Oh, why?
if you're gonna be a brunette, then commit. Be a brunette.
Nah, man.
If you're
The
gonna
whole
be a
point of being
redhead,
a natural,
commit.
the whole point of going natural is so you could dye your hair colors and not have problems with that shit falling out in the sink.
Well, I don't dye my
That's
hair,
all.
so
All right. Number 52. Wear high heels most of the time. They're sexier.
They
Becky
also
Hill.
depending on
cause
the venue.
Where
They also
that's the
cause
Becky Hill.
complication to your feet
Read the
Yes, they
if
Becky
you're
do.
Hill.
not wearing.
Wear shoes with no heels. They are way more comfortable. Or don't wear any shoes at all. Get out of here, bitter Becky.
Listen, I agree with Becky this time. Wear shoes that are comfortable. If you're not
Yes,
comfortable in heels, do not wear heels. Do
that's
not
right.
wear heels because they're sexier. Do not wear heels for any of those reasons. If you are not comfortable in these shoes,
Do not wear.
regardless of these shoes, do not wear these shoes.
Do not wear
It's
the
just a
shoes.
bad idea. It's just a bad. It's clinical bad for your arch and your ankles and
Don't
your
wear
back and your lower lumbar.
don't
It's just not
don't
good for
wear
you.
high heel shoes if they make you walk like Whoopi Goldberg. That's all I gotta say about that. That's all I gotta say
Don't
about
do
that.
that. Don't do that.
All right.
Okay.
53. Unless he happens to be shorter. What? Unless
Oh wait,
oh
what
that's
he?
tied to the high heel ones. So 52 is wear high heels most of the time because they're sexier. Than 53 unless he happens to be shorter than you are. So don't wear high heel shoes if he's shorter than you.
Mm.
Men like
All right.
like tall women now, so I don't know if that works out.
54. Tell him he's handsome. Duh.
Duh.
Yeah, that's a big duh.
Can we get a womp womp on that one too?
Bruh.
Bah,
Bruh.
bah, bah. I don't have the, but I
He
go.
got the
Bah,
sound
bah, bah.
effects. He chose to
Okay.
do the bruh. It was
Talk
a
to
womp womp
someone.
though.
Talk to someone. who is less needy and insecure. Them
Your
colors.
Becky voice suck.
Hold
Talk to
on.
someone
Read
who
that
is
one
less
again.
needy and insecure.
You say what now?
Tell him he's handsome. She
No,
says, talk to
that's the
someone who is less
commentary.
needy and insecure, so you don't have to compliment him so much.
Like,
Um,
right.
Yeah, that's the Becky.
That's the note that the author of this article that's reviewing these 129 things after she's putting commentary on some of them, and all her commentary is showing is that she's a bitter Betty.
Bitter Becky.
55, take good care of your health. Men don't like girls who are ill. This makes sense in the 1950s.
What?
You
well,
don't
this
want
makes.
Right.
you don't want no sickly woman.
Yeah.
Hold on. For the women, we don't want no sickly men. So I think everybody should just take care of themselves.
I agree with that too. 100%.
Yeah. Okay. If you look good in sweaters, wear one every time. Wait, wear one on every third date. So if you don't know anything about if you ever watched the 1950s movies, and you know
I'm
about
thinking
these
about Greece.
sweaters that they talk about with these poodle skirts,
Hmm.
these sweaters are basically halter top sweaters that's real tight and make your boobies poke out real far. So if you
Yeah,
got
all I
big,
can think about right now is Greece, the movie Greece.
right, right. So basically, she's saying if you got breastises, wear a titty shirt.
Oh.
Yeah, show some boobage. Show some
I'm a
cleavage.
man. I'm a man. I can dig
Cleavage.
that on
Cleavage.
every third day. On every third date, I can dig it because it's like we gotta remember this from the 1950s. So he was never gonna see cleavage ever. So you wearing a one of these sweaters was as close as he was gonna get to it. So this is basically saying on the third date, wear something a little sexy.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, number 57. Dress differently from other girls in the office. So they just know that you're gonna meet your husband in the office. I'm noticing that's been a theme on this list.
Well, they keep saying like put yourself in these in these situations and places to meet men and make sure you stand out amongst the crowd. They keep saying that like every third rule, I guess.
Because we're always in competition.
Number 50. Oh, they got a Becky note if you want to read it, or we can keep rolling.
No, I can read the Becky note. If we got it's in italic writing. Be the woman who runs the office. Wear whatever you want.
Number
Not
58. Get a sunburn.
what? Wait, huh?
She's
Get a
58.
sunburn.
And this is how you know
Thank you for that.
this is how you know this is Becky's going against this is Becky and Becky. Becky and Karen. Like Karen and Becky. Like,
What's the
all right,
purpose of getting a sunburn?
because they light, they want to get dark skin.
But
I don't
sunburns hurt.
I don't know. I'm
Oh
lost.
shit, that's a big ass spider.
They want
I
him to
be
Well,
right
rub
back.
sunburns
lotion on
does
their back or
hurt.
something.
Like, I don't understand that whole get a sunburn shit.
I don't get that one either. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get
All
that.
right,
Get it.
so Karen said we gotta stop calling her Karen and we gotta call the other one Becky. So Karen said, get a clue. Cause that's just
59.
dumb. Why the hell would you get a sunburn?
Number 59. Watch your vocabulary. Translation. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Be
Listen,
respectful.
if
Mind
I
your
say
manners.
if I say, damn, babe, this motherfucker's stupid, you better not look at me like, did you just curse? That ain't not wrong.
Nah, you gotta
You just
understand
take
this from
stupidity of this motherfucker.
1959. This not from 1959. What they mean is don't talk like ain't no steak in this in this restaurant. Y'all don't got no steak here. Y'all don't got no steak here. That comes off as uneducated in
I
1959.
was just translating it for the modern watcher vocabulary.
Yeah, the modern vocabulary amongst black people, we don't want to hear period, poo, and that's on period
Period.
too.
And that's on
Um,
God. Like
this, the words on period together is will always be terrible
it
because
don't matter
on
what
period.
it don't matter what we come up with. Y'all don't like it. Remember, 10 years ago it was something else. Y'all didn't like that shit neither.
All right.
It is what it is.
Number 60. Get on a diet if you need to.
If you
Hold
need
on. This
to.
Yeah, well, no.
Not that you should be on a diet because it's healthy to do, but if you need to.
it's 1950. They was eating lard out of jars. What are you talking about?
But they were also, if you go back and you look, they were also a lot slimmer than us because they didn't have all the fast food and all this
Yeah,
other stuff that
they were
we,
eating whole foods and they were active, absolutely.
they were active.
Like
Mhm.
the first 25 of this list was basically just go outside.
Mhm.
So that go to show
Mhm.
you when number 61, when you are with him, order your steak rare. Um,
Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Yeah, I
Type of
like medium
cannibal
rare.
shit she on.
I don't understand the logic behind that, but she gonna read the Karen thing, but
I'll read
it's
the Karen thing because I can't see. You know, I got glasses. I need new glasses.
It says, order your steak any way you want, anytime you want it. Or don't order steak if you don't want it at all. But don't order your kale or what the fuck?
quinoa,
Quinoa.
quinoa.
But don't order your kale or quinoa either. They are overrated. And it is time for them to just be plain over.
Mm.
If you're gonna order a
I don't,
steak, if you order a steak well done, I'm gonna say something. Why you don't like meat? You don't like meat? If you don't like meat, we can leave. You know, ain't no point me spending this money on this steak if you're gonna have them cook all the flavor out steak. Like if you
Yeah, I
want some
don't.
beef, if you want some beef jerky, we could just go 7-Eleven. You can get you some beef jerky.
Yeah.
I agree with Karen. Like just order the steak the way you want it. Like what the fudge? You the one that
Because
gotta
Like
then
eat it.
she gonna
you can
have the whole
order
table shaking trying
if
to cut that shit.
right. She gonna
Right.
be right. Yeah, right. Exactly. I think I heard somebody. Oh, Mister, what up, Ferg? Coach.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today?
All right, you
Hey,
sound sleep.
Trey.
We
Hey
going through this
coach,
list of
we in your
100. We
universe
going through this
today.
list. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
the
We
rabbit
going
hole.
through this list from 1950, the 1950s on how a woman could catch a husband. We're on number 62 now. Number 62 says, "Don't tell him about your allergies." No, that's
What
bad. That
the
is bad.
fudge?
No, that's bad.
Y'all, that's bad. That
That's a
is
bad one,
not
man.
that's not
You don't
good. That's
you don't
very
want to
don't
you don't want to have a peanut allergy and him give you peanut butter cookies as a treat as a gift. You know what I mean? You know,
Or take you to a
you know,
restaurant if you're allergic to seafood.
right? Take you to a seafood restaurant. Then you in there
Yeah,
breaking out in hives and stuff.
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
that one was
tell
bad.
them about your allergies, sis. Tell them
Yeah.
about your
And look,
allergies. Don't
what makes
don't
this
don't don't
worse?
listen to number 62.
What
No.
makes this worse is that this was written in the 1960s, so they didn't even in the 1950s, so they didn't even have EpiPens back there. You would
Right.
go on a date and die. All right, number
Right.
60, 63. European women use their eyes to good advantage. Practice in
What?
front of the mirror. European
That
women
just
use
means
their
bat your
eyes.
eyes. That just means bat your eyes. You know how you blink
Oh
your eyes
yeah,
real fast and bat your eyes. That's all.
right. Practice
Okay.
in the mirror. Number
Okay.
64.
See, I told you
Buy
this
a
was a
full
Becky.
length mirror and take a good look before you go greet him. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't nothing. Make sure you look
Definitely
nice
look at
before you leave that.
yourself.
Make sure you look nice before you leave the house. Ain't nothing wrong
Yes.
with that. That
Make sure your outfits fit properly.
right.
That's right.
65. Change the shade of your stockings and be sure to keep the seams straight.
Now that's a life skill for today. Life skill.
They don't even wear drawers today. What you talk about stockings?
And the
I'm
thing,
gonna just say I'm a millennial, and I use the spray on stockings. I'm gonna stop for that.
They got spray
Man,
on stockings. I didn't even know
They
that.
got
man,
spray on stockings.
women today don't even be wearing panties, and they be wearing
spray
thongs and
on
stuff. This
stocking.
ain't even. Yeah, this.
We only
Uh, Go ahead.
today.
We
I'm gonna
got a
put y'all
Karen
on
line
game.
too.
I'm
I'll
all
spray.
right. I'm gonna put y'all on game. Women today only wear stockings so we could be naked and not be naked.
I'll spray. Give me the pump.
I did not
Yeah,
know that there were spray stockings. I'm still stuck on that.
yeah. They got spray stockings.
Yeah, I
It
still like. Well,
basically,
I come from an era where we used to wear slips, so
Yeah, slips.
so
again, we not wearing stockings for the same reason why y'all wear stockings back in the day. We wearing with
okay,
leotard. We wear them so we could be naked. I'm sorry to say
okay,
that.
Mm-mm.
okay.
Just hoo-haws outside.
Where
It's
we at?
who
Where we
has
at?
out, but it's not out, but it's out, but it's not out because it's the
What you gonna
stockings.
you, you gonna do? You gonna read the Karen line or just keep
Yeah,
it
I'm gonna
rolling?
read. I'm gonna read the Caroline. Skip the stockings, even without seams. Who wants to encase their legs in nylon? I told you they don't wear. We don't wear stockings no more because that's exactly what it feels like. It feels like my legs is in jail. Okay,
Yeah. Now,
just
Number
lock
but
my
I,
legs
66.
up.
I
Go
have a
ahead,
question
Bert.
about the stockings and the seams. Since stockings don't have very many seams, maybe one that goes up the back and the front, down the middle, and the one on each side that goes across the foot. I believe they're referring to that, right?
No, I think
Yeah.
Yeah,
that there was. I think
old
that
fashioned stockings only had one seam that went all the way up the back. The reason I know this is because I remember in high school we learned about the Second World War and how they had a nylon shortage because they were using the nylon to make parachutes for the paratroopers. So
Mm-hmm.
women would take mascara and draw a straight line down the back of their leg to make it look like they had on stockings.
Well,
So
I was
that
going to
they
say not just that. I think that, well, from my recollection of growing up in that era, your plus military, you always had to have you should be able to put your hands on your seams of your skirt or your uniform, and it should align with the rest of your dress.
The gig line.
The gig line, sort of in that same way. Yes, that's how
Yeah,
I
All right.
took
yeah.
it.
All right. Number
Y'all had
66.
me thinking about those stockings got seams now.
Number 66 essentially says take a bath. Get that fresh scrub look by scrubbing. Take a bath. They wasn't taking baths that often back then.
They
I guess
weren't
that
washing their ass in the 1950s.
I can't believe that this
yes,
is
they
all
were.
of this.
Your grandmama was sitting in tub of water, a tub of water. She wasn't standing up taking no showers.
Right. She was sitting at the tub. They had to boil the water and pour it in the tub too.
Hmm.
Sitting in that
Right.
dirty, filthy ass
N-
water.
n- And after she got out, somebody got in that
Somebody
same
else
water
got
line.
in.
Got in that same water that she got out of.
That dirty, filthy ass water.
All right. Number 67. If he has bought you a trinket or accessory, wear it. Duh.
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 If he
That's a
buys
duh.
you a gift, if you buy you a gift,
Bruh.
wear the gift.
Yes.
Now
And don't
this
be
is
wearing it for other dudes and you never really
now,
wear it for him.
now
That's
this
fucked
one
up.
this one don't apply to today because this is cigarettes is considered nasty. Use the ashtray. Don't crush cigarettes out in coffee cans. In 1950s, smoking cigarettes was the coolest bee's knees you could ever do. You was hip if you smoked cigarettes.
They can
I
apply
got
to
an
the both.
objection. I got an
Oh,
objection.
to
In
blunts,
the
huh?
Yes, sir.
yeah, transfer the blunt. And you better not crush the blunt in the ashtray because you're gonna mess up the roach. Anyway, um, back in the 1950s, cigarettes was it was what is it? What is the word that I'm looking for? Advertised toward
Yeah.
women. It wasn't advertised towards men in America. Like so, women back in those days was smoking cigarettes more than men. So they had like a little etiquette of how they smoked back then.
And they even had like those little filter tips they put on it, like the
Yeah,
little
those
plastic
metal
ones, like
tip,
a black and mild.
They had they had long metal. They had long metal. I can't think of the name of them, but they was like
I don't.
classy.
I know what
that
you're
the women
talking
would
about. I
have.
want one of those.
To make it
I
look
want one.
more
Little skinny
Elegant.
bone.
elegant.
The skinny
Yeah,
bone.
Yeah.
yeah, like the Cruella DeVille cigarette holder. I want one of
Yeah,
those.
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I want one of
Number
those.
69. Polish up on making introductions. Learn to do them gracefully.
Ooh.
This is what needs to be cracking right now in 2024, because in 2024 it's like, how you doing? I don't, who is you? Get away from me, Dusty. That's not graceful at all. You know.
But again, brother, if I'm going to introduce myself to someone, I found it beneficial to always introduce as my name first. You know, I don't know, just my experience. Just say hello.
In my years of experience, I have learned through my own personal experiences that a woman's presentation determines my approach. If
Correct.
and their presentation could be 100% a facade, but that presentation is going to determine my approach. If I see a girl that's out at the wherever we at the club, she got 45-inch fingernails on that's 1,700 different colors. She got a big old wig on and eyelashes is blowing, making a tornado blow in the club. She got tattoos. She over there being loud. Go, ow. I'm finna be like, hey, you with the wig was cracking. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
if
your
I see
approach is
her,
different.
right, but if I see her, she's wearing like a nice little pencil skirt or something with a nice blouse, got a little clutch purse or something like with a little pearls on. I'm just, excuse me, how are you doing tonight? My name is Timotheus. How are you? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me, and I could be wrong because I can approach that woman in that blouse and that clutch purse and that pencil skirt, and she be like, ugh, I nobody want to talk to you. Get away. Which brings me to number 70. Don't be fussy.
Don't be
I don't fuck
fussy.
about shit.
Don't be fussy.
No,
I
say
think
what
that
you mean and mean what you say.
Yeah, that
Women
can
fuss when they're not being heard,
yeah, that can
or they're
apply
not
to
saying
you.
it, meaning what they say.
Don't be fussy. Don't be getting on my nerves.
I don't fuss because whatever I say it once and I'm done with it,
And then I'm through with it.
and then I'm through with it. And then when something happens, I just look like I never say I told you so. That's one of my rules. I never say I told you so or
Big,
you should have done. I just look at it and I'm gonna be like, mm-hmm, yeah,
Karen wrote this line in blue.
not in blue.
Yes, she did. She wrote it for the second time. Be a bad ass. I said it first. I said it earlier in the damn list. Why must I say it again? I say it one more time for you guys. Be a badass.
But
Now,
what's a
this
Be one.
badass?
we don't
I
know. We
don't.
ain't figured it out yet.
It's. I said that a badass is like a boss. Like you know how black women say be a boss
Yeah.
bitch. So
Okay.
she's saying be a badass.
So
Oh, okay.
number 71, the more is stick to your morals and standards. Morals and standards need to come back first. Then they can stick to them. There's ain't no morals and standards no more, in my opinion. I don't think they got no morals and standards no more. That's just me. Because
I
we live
can't
in
relate to that one because we have morals and standards here, but I do understand what you're saying. A lot of people do not have morals and standards
right,
anymore.
right. So it's saying stick to your morals and standards, which is I agree wholeheartedly, stick to them. But we live in a generation that says that you go outside with your hoo-ha blowing out is empowering to women.
True.
And if
I mean,
if
that's their
any
standard.
and if any man dares to look at you and stare, he's a pervert
That's
Yeah.
their
because
standard.
he's looking at you with your hoo-ha out. You should be able to walk outside with your hoo-ha out and not have anybody look at and stare.
That's their standard. That's their morality, and that's their standard. Who the hell said that standards and moralities have a black and white meaning? It's whatever the hell you think it is. We don't gotta like
Right.
it. We don't gotta like. We don't have to like it. We don't have to agree to it. But that's their
But
moral.
there
That's their
are
standard.
social norms are still like a standard is that you don't murder people. We all agree to that. You know what I mean? It's not different for everybody else. Like, you know what? Well, I don't care if they say don't murder. I'm gonna murder people anyway. You go to
It
jail, but
doesn't. That's no. A standard is not what we all agree on. That's the standard. It said their standards, not social standards. Their standard, the standard that you make for yourself.
yeah, stick to your morals and standards. 72.
Yeah.
Don't whine. Girls who whine stay on the vine. That must mean something in 1950. Oh,
And
girls
that's
Women
on the
who
why
vine
have
don't
their
do it.
own
No, no, no. Oh,
vines are.
hey, wait. Pick me was in the 1950s. Don't whine. Girls that whine stay on the vine. They don't get picked off the vine. Oh, damn. Pick me is
Oh,
pick me is 60 years old.
Yep.
Wow.
Pick me is old. The girls that play like that, they don't get picked. That's been an old saying. My grandmother
whining
used
and
to say that.
whining and complaining don't get you nothing.
whining
That's
and
my thought
complaining
process.
don't get you anywhere. Why whine? Just be assertive. If this what you want, then do it. Don't be
Read the
bitching and
Karen line.
complaining that somebody else ain't doing it for you. Just do it.
We got the Karen
Like
line.
like Karen said, be a badass. Just
Women
be a
who have their
badass.
own vines are mighty fine.
Women who have their own vines are mighty fine.
All right, now we're moving to another category, how to land him.
Okay.
73. Show him you can have fun on a cheap date. Don't overdo it. Holy, I need that.
Hold on, wait. What are sound
Hallelujah.
effects? What are sound effect? What are clapping sound effects?
That's why I
Hallelujah.
can
What?
clap for
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
who's my phone.
Timothy, is be on point with the sound effects, brother.
Hallelujah.
I
That
don't know.
one
I
is
don't
for
see his
sure.
phone.
That was a
Oh,
good one. They said
I'm about to come in.
that
they
one was
said
on
like
point right here.
5,000 times on social media in these red pill and managed fair groups that they don't want to go on expensive dates. They are overreached.
That screams broke
Okay,
to
they
me. If you broke, just say so. Okay. If you broke, just say
overreached.
so on period. Period.
Don't overdo it. In
Number
1950, the woman was
70.
like, "Don't overdo it."
Right. They understood. Number 74.
Understood the mission.
Don't let your parents treat him like a potential husband.
Mm,
I'm
that's a
trying to
good one.
I'm trying well, you break it down because I'm trying to understand it. Don't let your parents treat him like a husband.
Hmm.
A potential husband.
Meaning
Can I
when
say?
you
Can
come
I
in with,
explain? Go ahead, Mister. Go ahead, Coach.
no, you go ahead. I go to you.
All right. So
Move my
I
shoes.
was
Under
watching
the
this
seat.
fucking this movie called American Fiction, and Essa says something that was like phenomenal about the word um potential. She said potential is when people see something that they think could be better. And land my plane.
I have to kind of disagree a little bit on this one. I mean, I would say that like parents shouldn't be eager to try to see this person as a potential husband. But if the potential husband actually displays the characters and the values of being that potential husband, then I don't think there's nothing wrong with treating them as such, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay,
that makes sense.
because
That's
I'm trying to figure it out too, and that's what I started to think. That's the only thing I can
yeah.
make sense of it is that don't let your parents see this like, oh, this yeah, he'll be real good for her. Well, that's
Yeah.
how, and it's interesting to me that that's there because that that to me screams feminism of that time. Because back in that time, your parents did betroth you. Your parents would set you up back in them days.
Yeah.
So I can see this being an affront to that. Don't let your parents pick your husband for you.
Pretty, yeah. There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
pretty
But
much.
they
But
should
it
they
still
should
goes
be able
back
to approve of that person for you because they see
and
genuine traits and values and
and
characteristics.
and number 75 speaks so many values, so much volumes and loudly to the time and era it was. Number 75 says, ask your parents to disappear when you're entertaining. Because back then, a woman did not move out of her parents' house unless she was married.
Right.
Yeah, but it also say don't let your parents treat him like a potential husband. Back to
Yeah,
this word potential though.
but that was just like in the early stages. You meet somebody, and the guy would come over. Then moms be like, "Oh, he sold this," and because they understand the reputation.
Mm-hmm.
Reputation preceded people back in the day, so they understood the background. So as soon
They
as
be,
you
oh,
bring
that's
them
such
up,
and such son. Oh yeah, he come from a good family.
yeah. See
All
now they
right.
wife you and husband you up now. So
Yeah.
So they didn't want their parents to set them up with people that they knew would be good for them. Again, that's back to this word potential. Because it's not like your parents looking at them as potential to be something. They see something that's already in them. That's why the fuck they acting like that. So there's not no potential. There's only potential when you're in the woman's eyes. The parents already seen what was there, but you know, and asking your parents to disappear when you're entertaining. Yeah, this back to they don't want their parents to influence in their relationship too much. Not too much.
Mhm.
but you may just want to get some entertainment and not be your mama over talking about that's your husband when he just came over so you
Mm-hmm.
can get rid of them and y'all can be entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And don't have that man at your mama's house.
Don't let your mama know you used to be a little hot toddy. That's all this is.
Yeah, I mean, maybe she won't be acting like that.
Get out the house.
I think there's a different. I think in that one, I think that was a good one actually because I think in that one it's a difference between approval and pressure. Like it's different if you're trying to pressure somebody to marry this potential husband because maybe he comes from an affluent family or you may know their parents versus you actually see his values and characters and say, hey, I think that this is a good man for you, if that makes sense.
I don't think that makes sense because why would you bring this man around your family if you didn't want them to treat him like that? I
Well, one thing, like
Because
Timothy said,
sometimes we want to get the approval of our and I'm actually speaking from my personal experience that my mother and my father both approved of Billy. Had they not approved of Billy, I'm not saying that I would not have married him. I'm not going to say that, but their approval, it meant more to me that my parents approved of him because they saw his values, his characteristics, and how he treated me. So
mhm,
sometimes some people will say, "Hey, you know what? I think this is a good man for you," or and it just kind of makes you look at things a little bit differently. I don't know.
yeah. And you see the
it,
key word also is parents, because that means mother and father both can have some type of discernment to understand the characteristics of the man that you were entertaining. They just didn't want you to entertain the neighborhood hustler, the
Right.
neighborhood
Right.
John. So, and you live within their house for the most part. So, wasn't too many single women out here like it was as we saw when we were coming up.
Right. It
Right.
wasn't all that fornicating.
Yeah.
That's where they
Wasn't all that
fornicate
old,
now.
yeah.
Fornicating and shacking.
Hmm.
Wasn't a
Hmm.
whole lot of
Shacking up.
baby daddies and baby mom.
Shacking up because
no, they was
that's why it was like that.
fornicating.
Now,
They had to get married. That's that.
number 76, double date with a happy married couple, because that's what that word means. Back in 1950, that's what that word means. GAY means happy.
Mhm.
Double date with a gay, happy married couple. Let him see what it's like.
Mm. Okay.
There's truth to that though, because that's just like I don't entertain a lot of single people. I mean, besides y'all, y'all cool as hell. But when it comes to
Who's
like if
single?
me and Billy going to hang out, let's say we want to
I'm the
invite some
only
friends,
single
we're
one
not
in here.
we're not inviting our single friends. We're inviting our married couples, or at the very least, long-term relationship couples. Because I know
We
how
got
some
a we
people
got a
feel about
Karen
marriage.
line.
Set him up with a married couple, then go home.
What?
Bitter Betty, bitter Betty.
Wait, what?
Bitter
Set him,
Karen. Betty is the
So
set
first.
him up with the
Set
married.
yeah,
him up
bitter.
with a married couple, and then go home.
I don't even know what that means.
So
I don't
basically,
know. So her response is
number
being chaotic.
75 says go on a double date with a married couple so you
Hmm.
can show the guy what it's like to be in a relationship. Go out with your
Okay.
married friends. The lady who wrote the article's rebuttal to that is set him up with a married couple, then go home. If you want a double date, if he want to be with them, to just set him up with them and you leave. You don't gotta be there with him. That her
That was
whole theme through
stupid.
this whole thing has been like, you don't need a man.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that was stupid. Yeah, I didn't
yeah,
understand that one.
Yeah,
yeah. We keep calling
77.
her Karen.
Yeah, 77. Tell his friends nice things about him. So blow his head up.
No,
Tell his friends nice things about him. First of all,
because
you shouldn't be in his friend's face, but go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say that. I was
hey,
just gonna say that. You took the words right out of my. I had just took a deep breath to be like, why you in his friend's face?
Yeah.
Why
but
you in his
again,
friend's face?
you got to think about the time.
Yeah.
In
But
this
yeah, I was
time,
gonna say, if you
no.
think about it, like, so maybe they're at a business meeting or something like that, or at
They're
a
at the
family
house.
reunion, they're gonna want to hear her say, "Oh yes, we've been together for X amount of time, and he's just so awesome and wonderful," versus a negative
He blacks my
connotation.
eyes on Thursday nights.
I'm just saying I can understand. I ain't doing
Black,
all
black
that.
no eye and fight Jim Crow at the same day.
I ain't doing
You
all.
had
I'm
me
just saying
spit out
I can
my
deal with
damn water. You get on my nerves.
Number 78.
it.
Send his
Damn.
mama a birthday card.
Okay.
I
That's
don't
not
know.
an
79.
example.
79. Ask his mama for
Yes,
recipes.
Ask his
yes.
mom
Get in
what?
with the
Everything,
mama. Get in with
everything
the
from
mama.
77 and on down probably would
Hold
not
on.
apply
Ask
to
the
that.
mama what. Y'all know I can't see the small ass shit.
It
Ask.
says send the mother a birthday card. Ask his mother for recipes for her recipe.
And
For
Oh
then
her
heck
recipe.
yeah.
Karen says,
It,
ask his daddy
ask
for
his father.
recipe.
Yeah,
Ask
all
his
right.
father for recipes. Don't
Yeah,
ask his mom. Ask his daddy.
all my recipes require high heels and just an apron.
Ah,
That's what the
that's the
daddy
response
recipe
daddy
is.
should have give too.
Right,
Right.
right.
High
So
heels
high
and
Number
heels,
apron.
number
an
80.
apron. That's all
Talk
you
to his
need.
father about business
No,
and agree that taxes are too high. So basically, she's saying just small talk, shoot the shit
About
with pops
money.
and make it seem like you know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
If his daddy say I vote Democrat, you say Democrat. If he say
Mm-hmm.
Republican, you say Republican. That's
Mm-hmm.
brown nosing,
Hmm.
basically. Brown nose the
Yeah.
daddy, number 80. Brown nose the daddy. Number
Meanwhile, when
80.
she go in that booth, she about to write. She about to vote for the opposite. She ain't
nu-
loyal.
Number 81. Buy
no.
his sister's children an occasional present.
Man, fuck them kids, man. Ain't buying no shit. Something about them, man.
Yo,
Bad ass kids.
Coach
Don't
took
like
the
them.
words out my mouth. I was about to say that. Fuck
That's what
them
they say
Well,
kids.
today.
They ain't my
I'm just
kids.
playing, but that's what they say. Like, what the hell with them kids?
Yeah, no, but what that basically is
I ain't
implying
playing.
is like
Fuck them
show
kids.
that
They ain't my
that
kids.
you gotta remember this is the 1950s, so that's why I said not all of this is gonna be applicable to today, applicable to you know what I'm trying to say.
applicable.
Apple,
You know what I
apple,
try. You know what I try to say with my
apple.
teeth, my
And
new
you,
teeth, my teeth
and you
get
can
new.
show up on birthdays because back then they got together a
No,
lot
I mean
more
I
for
get.
birthdays.
I
And
mean I
Right,
give my
right.
niece and nephew
And
stuff.
that's what it says. Buy them a gift on an occasional present. Buy them an occasional present. That sounds like a birthday or something. That's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Number
that's not bad.
82. On the first date, tell him you aren't thinking about getting. Excellent advice.
You aren't
On
getting. Wait. You aren't getting thinking about
on
getting
the
what?
on the
Oh, I
first
see it.
date, tell him you aren't thinking about getting married. Excellent advice. Excellent. Well,
Why
what a
would you
clap
say
at.
that that's good advice?
But I got a rebuttal for that.
Well, no,
I
on the
got to
first date, yes, I can agree to the first date.
On the first date, you do not want to make you think you do not want to come off as you thirsty to get married.
That's
That's
true.
gonna
But
that's gonna
pause.
run that man gonna
But just
run.
thinking
He
about
gonna
it,
run.
Can
just
we
like
pause though?
I would. Yeah.
Didn't she just say a couple of numbers ago to tell everybody that you wanted to get married? And then you after he done heard everybody say to him, yeah, she want to get married. Your first date, you gonna lie?
Mm-hmm.
No, you just
So we
don't. That's
starting this
not
shit off
something.
with a
That's
lie.
not
Nah,
on the first date. The two things you never want to bring up is having kids
finances.
and
Your
getting
allergy.
married and
You don't
getting
want to bring
married.
up your
He say your
allergy.
allergy, yeah, your
And not
allergies.
your
That's what she said.
allergies.
Yeah, she
All
said
I'm
your
just
allergy.
I'm just pointing out these this contradiction I just seen. She
True.
just said a couple of numbers ago to tell everyone, your friends, everybody, that you want to be married. You're looking
Yeah,
for a husband.
but
But
tell
then
your
tell the
friends.
man, like,
That's the
and then
demarcation. That's the
she's saying be
demarcation, though.
around your friends so you can get them in. After you done told your friends that you
No,
want to get married, and you done told the husbands of your friends that you
right.
looking for a man, you gonna go on your first date and tell that man the opposite of everything you've been telling everybody?
Because you ain't got to tell him. That's the point. That's the demarcation. Is you let everybody know that you available so they can set you up. So if they setting you up, if they setting you up, they like, oh, my homegirl, such and such. They already let him know what's going on. So if you on your first date, you don't want to come off like you thirsty to get married. You just
Yeah, I
enjoy it.
wouldn't.
You just enjoy the date because he already know. Why bring it up again and seem thirsty?
Yeah, I have
But
to agree
okay,
with that one.
oh, I get
Not
that.
on the
I
first
say
date.
don't
Maybe
tell
like
him nothing about marriage. Don't
no,
bring
but
it up, but
maybe
don't tell him that you're not thinking about it. That's a lie.
But what if he ain't?
no. The first date is supposed to be like, so how you doing, and what's your interests, and what do
What's your
you like to
favorite
do,
color?
what's your
You
hobbies.
talking about the 1950s?
So don't bring it up, but don't lie and
But
say
like
you're not thinking about it. That's just a lie.
okay, you don't have to lie about it, but you don't necessarily. That's called a mission. Like you don't necessarily have to bring like, oh, it's our first date and I'm dating to get married. Like a lot of that'll scare a lot of guys off. Like I'm dating to get married.
So,
Me and
I
Billy,
agree.
so I have a
me and
question.
I
Billy,
agree.
I think it was about the second month where we had gotten to know one another, and I was like, look, I said, I'm digging you, you digging me, we having a great time. Let me tell you, I'm really dating for a purpose here, and the purpose is kind of go to get married and raise a family and live happily ever after.
So I have
But
a
it damn
It
sure
wasn't.
wasn't at the
It
first
wasn't.
date while we was having damn
It was.
appetizers at
It was
Applebee's.
bad. It was bad for my on my end. My end, it was like we wasn't even thinking about getting married, and then a couple of years in, I just looked over it. I was like, "You want to get married?"
uh-uh.
I'm like, "We, like, we've been shacking up. You want to get married?"
So, so I have a question regarding that, right? Okay, just hypothetically, me and Morphine, we we see each other, we set up a date, and we talking on the phone, and we starting to really get into each other and start liking each other. Then we go out on a date, and we have our little interaction at dinner or whatever. Then we take a stroll and walk, and we just conversate. Would it be okay for me to ask her, hey, would you get married? Are you looking for a relationship to get married, have fun, blah blah blah? And does she just avoid answering that question?
It's acceptable for you as the man to bring it up. This list is telling women what they should and shouldn't do. And this 82 says on the first date, tell him you aren't thinking about getting married. Don't come off as you thirsty. The very next number, 83, don't talk about how many kids you want to have. Because we remember the time that this is written in the
Yeah,
50s. This is we laughing at it now because in modern time this wouldn't hold up because on the first date you're gonna talk about marriage because what we doing? Well, what were you doing? I'm dating with intention. That's the phrase now. I'm dating with
yeah,
intention. And the number 83 say, don't talk about how many kids you want. Well, this is in 1950s where the woman was still living at home with the mama. She ain't had no baby daddies. Today, you gotta ask how many kids you got,
yeah,
not how many more
yeah,
you have.
exactly.
how many you got now?
Mhm.
I personally think that it's okay if you're, but you said something that was key. A lot of people, I'm talking to Trey, a lot of people nowadays, they don't even talk on the phone no more. They meet on Tuesday at noon and
Yep.
they out to dinner on a date at 6 p.m. They don't
Mhm.
take like a week or something just to talk on the phone anymore and get to know that person and actually have conversation. So I say that just to say that, let's say you have met this person and you guys have been talking on the phone for a week, y'all vibing, and y'all go out on a date and then y'all go for a little stroll. And by that time you kind of have already felt that person out. And you can say, hey, I'm really digging you and I think you're digging me too.
Mhm.
What is your purpose of where we're going? Is this just for fun? If it
Well,
is for fun, guess what? We can have fun. But if it's not
I've
for
noticed
fun, just
that a
let me
lot of
know.
right, because I've noticed from talking to a lot of women and stuff like homegirls and things like that, this new trend I tend to see is that women want to have sex first and see if they like you later because they don't want to go through all of these dates and you be this wonderful, great guy and they become invested emotionally. Then they get into bed with you and it's horrible.
Hmm.
So
Wait,
they
don't put that just on women. Don't put that just on women. Because I just
it is
had a
because
conversation. No, I just had a conversation with a guy that refused to date a woman that would make him wait for sex. It was too many guys in the comment section that was talking about how they married their wives after the first date of sex. So I don't. I'm not going to say, oh, men do that, but it is both sides, both genders in 2024 think
I'm
that way,
calling
not
cap.
just
I'm
women.
calling cap. That's an outlier. It's an
How is
outlier
that
that
an outlier?
because a majority of men are not having one night stands and marrying the women. That don't happen. So if that's an outlier.
That wasn't the only point that I was making. That was just a point that one of the comments that was said. I was saying that men were complaining about waiting for sex in general. Like they don't want to
That's because
wait. They don't want to get to know you and
they don't.
things like that before they want sex first. And you were saying that women want to have sex first and then get to know you. And I'm like, yo, they all want to do that. They both want to
But
do that right
but
now.
the caveat is that men don't want to get to know you. They just want to have sex.
There's
At
a
least
huge difference.
at least the women are gonna give it a chance. Like, okay, if the women is like, if the sex is bad, then this I'm not gonna waste his time or my time. And
Hmm.
that's the mentality. But the men are like, if the sex was bad, we're like, shit, all right, at least I hit. It's the value behind it is different because the intent is different. If the intent is I'm just trying to get one off, then cool. I'm just trying to get one off. But if the intent is let me see if we're sexually compatible before I invest more. Those are two completely different sentiments. They both are retarded to me, but I can understand and see the difference. I can differentiate the two.
Well,
Shout
I
out
I
to
think
had,
that
Maurice and shout out to Maurice and QT. Welcome to the panel.
What's going
welcome
on?
to the panel.
hey, hey.
As a single woman, I definitely understand that sentiment. But as a married man and married women on this panel, married for married men and married women on this panel, I understand y'all. I respect y'all sentiment. But yeah, I stand with that. I'm not trying to figure out that we're not sexually compatible later on in
But
life.
here, and I don't even mind sharing this and I'm gonna keep it PG. But like Billy and I, we were not intimate until about around the third month of us dating. He literally courted me, and I never forget when it happened. Again, PG. I looked at him. I said, "What the hell took you so long?" And he said, "You know what? I was really interested in you. I really liked you. I did not want intimacy to ruin our relationship
Right.
that we were working on and building." So you have some men that you come across that they're not very interested in you intimately. Yes, they want to be intimate with you. Don't get me wrong, but they see more value in you to where they say the intimacy right now is not a priority. I'll get that when I get it. Right now my focus is getting to know her and the person that she is, because I actually think that this person may be that one person. But now let's say I would have thrown it at him, right? Because I didn't. But let's say I would have thrown it at him. He might have looked at me in a different man, in a different way, like, oh well, all she wanted was some D.
and and you're talking about 14, 15 years ago back and all of that too,
Yeah.
when we as men had, different outlooks on women now. Like, we live in a time now to where it is heavily promoted that being promiscuous is not an issue for anybody. Everyone has autonomy over their body. Women are just as sexual beings as men are sexual beings. It doesn't mean that you're some type of 304 because you want to have sex, and I dig that. But I come from an era, like, me and my wife been married 15, going on 15 years this August, been together 20 years. And I come from an era where if I met you and then later on that day I was in the bed with you, that told me a lot about your character as a
Mhm.
person.
Right.
That made me think, like, if she don't even know me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then there's
that's
but
what
then
I
there
was trying to
but then
explain. Like,
right.
it's just
But then
different
there's
now.
but even back then though, there were women that said, well, maybe she just really maybe y'all clicked. Maybe there were women that justified it. And I'm just like,
Hold on.
I'm not He-Man, Superman, or no. I'm funny looking. I got bad teeth and that. Back then, I had bad teeth. Like, come on, man,
But, but to
ain't
what,
nothing. You know what I mean? Go
Now,
ahead.
hold on. I
don't
mean,
that apply
it's not
to
different
men
now.
too?
Same thing.
Because men,
Maurice,
you
we're gonna
know,
let you go next.
Yeah,
if I
Maurice.
meet a woman and I'm sexing her today, that says something about me too, because I really didn't take the time to get to know her. I just wanted to sleep with her. But for the most part, we're not honest in that moment. Say, look, I think you're fine. You got the body, but I just want to sleep with you, and then we can get to know each other. And when you're young, I think it comes with age too. Because when you're young, man, please, you see each other, y'all like each other on Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, whenever y'all can set up that date. Y'all in the back of y'all mama's car. Y'all behind the building. I mean, it's just the time. But today, it's not even that because they're not talking on the phone. They sneaky linking, going to the DMs, hooking up, showing up. The women ain't got no stockings on. May not have no drawers on. Dude got his
Yo,
phone flagging. So now we getting it on.
He
Go ahead,
went to the
Maurice.
stockings.
Go ahead, Maurice.
My
Maurice
man,
got
yo, the
next.
9 lives was funny.
yeah, my man forgot the slip. You forgot the slip, my brother. They used to have slips. They don't do that no more.
No, we talked about the slips too,
We
Maurice.
know we
Don't
talked
worry.
about the slips. We definitely talked about the slips, Maurice. We definitely got
No doubt,
there.
no doubt.
But go ahead. But go ahead at the point you want to make.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the, it didn't change from back when. Like, whatever you call the hole then is a hole now. There's no difference. That's why the relationships nowadays are so transactional, because it's basically prostitution. I mean, this whole for fun aspect is just that. Is it? I mean, that's what guys went to the brothel for fun. It was prostitution. That's all it was. That's what dating has come down to at this point in time, because ain't nobody really trying to get to know anybody. Then people are getting into situationships, whatever you want to call them, and then hoping an accident happens and a relationship comes from it.
He never lie about that one. Okay. All right, let's get to this list. We almost done. Almost.
All right. Number 84. If he's a fisherman, learn to gut and clean fish.
Amen.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that neither. I'm cool. I don't want to smell like fish.
Then don't marry a fisherman. That's
Why
all.
not? You married a fisherman,
Don't
therefore
marry a
you should
fisherman.
know.
I ain't doing it. I'll gut a deer, but I ain't gutting no fish. I got a thing with fish. But go
Yes.
ahead.
If he's
All
a
right.
don't marry a fisherman then.
Number
No,
85.
I'm
Number
cool.
85. This might be a good one right here. Don't tell him everything about yourself at the start. Hold something in reserve.
Here
That
we
is
go back to
true.
this being secretive shit.
I
You
don't
don't want
agree
me.
with that at all.
No,
I do.
sometimes it's
So
not good to.
I agree with this because to bring it in modern terms, you ain't gonna tell somebody all your business when you just met them. You're not gonna meet a dude or me being a dude on a date with a woman like, well, just so you know, I got 5 other women on the side. I'm just checking you out right now to see if I want to cut them loose for you. You're not gonna you're not gonna be that
Well,
transparent.
I'll agree with that part, but can I, if I may, I'll share this with you guys. After a little while of dating, I would say about 2 months, me and Billy, we had one of those conversations that it wasn't about what's your favorite color and what's your favorite meal. It was, okay, what have you gone through? What can we talk about? And we both laid everything on the table. And it actually was beneficial for us.
But
Um,
you but it led up to that, right? This
yeah,
prompt,
no, we led up to
yeah,
that. Definitely not
right.
on the first date.
Yeah, this prompt says don't tell him everything from the start.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so save
But I
some in
do think
reserve.
it's a
Yeah.
good idea if you do see yourself going in a direction with that person for a longevity future, that there are some things that you might want to let that partner know. So that way that partner doesn't find out by the third hand.
So,
Um,
so I have another question.
yeah.
We meet, we like each other, we talking.
Mhm.
Now, from my understanding, and it's always helped me. If I meet you and I'm getting to know you and I start asking questions and you don't tell me the the answer to the questions that I ask, then that always sort of scared me off. I need to know if you had a threesome early. Don't tell me 6 months down the road. I need to know. I need to know if you've. I mean,
Because you ain't gonna do nothing for that man. You ain't gonna do for me, damn it.
no, it ain't that. It ain't that. But
No,
No,
another
I'm
thing is
no.
being
that
I'm being
He's
funny.
Can
don't
he's
think.
I
making
Okay,
he's
talk in?
making a great point.
Yeah,
I
QT
just like to
wanted
know.
to add something in there, and then we kind of overtalked her.
Go ahead.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
To answer this question, if I say you don't tell everything, because if you ask me a question like, "Hey, did you have a threesome?" Of course, I'm gonna answer you the truth, right? But if you never ask me that question, there's no point in telling right at first. Let's get to know each other, and then later on, like if we're married or blah blah, later on if we're having conversation, yeah, that can come up. But you don't need to tell everything, all of your past to a person you just met. If
No,
they
Okay,
ask,
so
you
I got a
have to be
caveat question
truthful.
for that. So
If you
so
ask, you have
I'm
to be
married.
truthful.
Don't tell
so
me the
If
shit
so
that
Trey,
we.
so Trey, I gotta
And when you're done, I have a response as well.
how do you respond to if you ask a woman that same question, you had a threesome, and then she replies, well, what does that have to do with our relationship? What I did in the past have to do with right? Why is that important to you? How do you respond to that?
Don't ask
I
the
want to know
question.
too.
I'm asking because one, I wanted to. I need to know if those type of behaviors can reoccur. I may get boring. I got to go to work. I'm trying to get home, trying to make sure the house ain't falling apart. I ain't hanging out. I ain't going to the clubs on Fridays. This life I live as a journeyman plumber is a little boring sometimes. So if you like to be out in that atmosphere and have those type of experiences, then I may not be that guy. But you'll never have a problem with your plumbing. Nothing else will fall apart in the house. So I don't know. Just me.
So
Yeah,
the
I was
only
just
thing
curious.
the only thing that I'd like to add to that, and I think I've told you, Tim, before, but there was a situation, long story short, there were a bunch of things that my stepmother, I have a stepmother who is evil, and she tried to pretty much destroy my relationship with Billy before I even got married to him. And she did that by telling his mother a whole bunch of things that I had done in the past. Nothing crazy, don't get me wrong, but just things that, she just didn't expect that Billy would already know. And when they came to visit, which was actually our engagement party, she sat down and told my future mother in law all these things. So when my future mother in law called her son, as she should have, I'm not mad at her for that, and said, "Hey, these are some of the things that were said to me." The first thing Billy was able to do is said, "Mom, I already know that. Jessica told me all of that. It's no big deal." But because I was honest with him. Now, let's say I wasn't honest with him. And let's say he was the type of person that would have taken offense to that. That could have literally ruined my relationship. And again, it wasn't nothing crazy. Like, I went to jail once, okay, for like
Damn.
3 months,
I knew it
right?
was
So, but I told him that. I was honest with him. So little things like that, well, not little things, but things like that, it happened. What if I hadn't told him? He could have been like, "Oh, well, you didn't tell me none of this. I'm sitting here about to invest in you to be my wife, and you didn't even tell me none of
So that explains that tattoo of a skull on your butt. No, just,
damn. Why you know it's on the
just
it."
all right. Come on, let's go through this list because we get into the we got about another 30 to go.
Jesus.
All right,
Okay.
all right. 86. While strolling down the street with him, don't insist on looking at stopping at every window to window shop. Oh, whatever.
Oh man, I'll second that one.
All
Amen.
right. Number 87. Don't tell him how much your clothes cost.
Hell yeah.
Because I can buy you. Do you see what I got on? This is a Chanel bag. You gonna bring that up? Yeah. Yep. That's translation. 88. Learn to sew and wear something that you've made yourself.
What? Hold up. Put that in big letter.
Hold on, I didn't hear that one.
I don't know. Somebody background got some noise.
Yeah.
My bad.
Okay. Number 88. Learn to sew and wear something you have made yourself.
That's honestly, that's icing on the cake right there, bro.
Yeah, that's a gem.
That's a gem.
Yeah, I don't think I know anybody that.
You're
Yeah.
gonna be out here looking like Little
My
House on the
wife can
Prairie.
sew. My wife
Nah,
sews.
if she got skills, man, that jungle look like it came straight from China.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
because
that's-
most women
that's-
don't have though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, QT. Like most women are not going to have those type of skills, and it's
Yeah,
one thing
not
to know
this
how to
way.
patch things together, but how to make a whole garment, that was
But
not.
that's
A lot
in
of
this
them.
world.
A lot of
They
them
used
don't
to.
even right.
women
But
should know how to sew.
we're comparing. That's what we're saying. We're seeing how many of these are applicable today. You know what I mean? Which ones apply today?
Every Gen
This
X woman.
and
You at
we
home,
this is a time and era where women don't even know how to comb their hair and they putting invisible lace front wigs on because
I was gonna say, it's almost like remember when Denise tried to make Theo that shirt.
making that shirt. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
a
right.
lot of
Number 89. Learn.
Yeah, a lot of women
No,
don't know.
excuse
that,
me.
So
Excuse me. Number 89. Don't gossip about him. Don't tell
Mhm.
your mom. Keep your mama out y'all's relationship. That's right.
Keep your friends out the relationship because you tell your friends how he putting it down. Guess who he's gonna be putting it down to next?
that's a big no.
They're gonna want to try it out.
Oh, they gonna try that.
Try that right.
They gonna sew a hole in the shirt up. Come on over and let me hold
We
it.
agree on that.
Uh-oh.
That should
Uh-oh.
include.
they're gonna go mend that hole.
Uh-oh.
That
Uh-oh.
should include get a therapy.
Number 90. Never let him know he's the only one, even if you have to stay home 1 or 2 nights a week. What?
Wait, what?
Like the dating.
Never,
Read that
never,
again.
never let him know he's the only one, even if you have to stay home 1 or 2 nights a week.
Meaning, don't go over to his place. Just act like you got other things to do.
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay. This is in the
Availability,
dating phase, right?
availability.
It better be the only thing.
Availability. Yeah, the availability. Yeah. Don't make yourself over available to him. Yeah. I can dig that.
Yeah, I can do that too.
But what about on the so Timothy? What about on the reverse side? If a man is showing really vested interest in you, shouldn't you be available?
But not.
I mean, that
not
works for both ways.
No. I
talk
understand
on
what
the phone
Ferg is
with
saying
you.
because you do want to keep him interested, but you don't want him to think like the whole point of the prompt is saying don't make him think that you don't got nothing else to hell going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like you don't have a life outside of him. That's what I think the prompt is.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like you gotta control your availability.
I can't.
Of course, the
he call
broad,
you up.
not just
Right. If he call you up, hey, what you doing Friday night? Oh, you know what? Me and my girls are going to go. Even if and it's saying even if you ain't even got nothing planned, even if you're gonna stay home, still tell him that. Don't make it to where you dare for him at the drop of a hat every
You
single
just
time.
seem desperate.
I wouldn't.
Right.
I
But
would
Right.
necessarily say tell him that
isn't
you're
that
going out
not
with the
being
girls.
honest though? If you're always like,
Tell
I'm
him that
busy,
you're
but you're
washing
staying
clothes or
home.
something.
I
That you're
got you.
cleaning up your heart.
Well, I just use that as an example.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just saying.
I think
Yeah.
QT was trying to say something, but she's softer.
Go ahead, girly.
I say be honest. Why you gotta hide who you are? You're trying to find a mate. If I'm at home just cleaning and cooking, I'm gonna tell you I'm at home cleaning and cooking. I'm not gonna come up with some things that I'm doing to make it seem like that's what I do every day. No, I'm
Well,
gonna
I
be
mean,
honest.
I don't think we need to go that far. Like, all it says is even if you have to stay home 1 or 2 nights a week, like, not tonight.
Like, don't see him all the time. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. It's like you want to come do this. That no, not tonight. Tonight's not a good night. Maybe, and then suggest another date for the other, like, so that way it's not like you're not on demand. I think that's what it's saying. Like, you can't be just on.
So since we have so many men on the call, do you guys agree with that?
I don't have a problem with that at all. Because it's almost that whole, like, nobody wants, because it screams of desperation. Like, if a woman is overly desperate, then you become her entire social outlet, and you don't want that. You want a woman that
Right.
can maintain some type of social occupation to some degree without you.
Independency.
I mean,
Independency, fellas.
No,
She's
I
saying
agree with
some
it.
type of
Though.
social independency.
I didn't use that word. I didn't use that.
I agree with it though. I
Social,
agree with it.
Well,
be able to
nah,
Yeah, it's like you're going around it. It's social. You want her to have some type of
No,
social independency.
I didn't use that word intentionally. Don't rephrase that. I need her to be able to occupy herself socially. I'm not looking for social
What's
independence.
so different? Then what's the difference?
The difference is if you can occupy yourself socially, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're socially independent. It's two different things. If you're socially independent, that means you not only do you not want to rely, but you won't rely on me for anything social. That's the
Who
problem.
said that?
well,
Who said that?
I dig what he's saying. It's you still want to maintain your own identity. You don't want, because if your woman wraps her identity up in being with you, then when she's not with you, it's difficult. It becomes I'm trying to. It's hard for me
Hence
to find the
why I
words for
said
it.
some type of social independency, not total
Some
social
type. All right, so
independency.
now some type.
I said some type of social, and you said no. I'm like, well, what's the damn difference? It's just like you're saying the same thing more eloquently.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason for the sophistication. You know how I do.
I,
There's
I,
a reason.
We saying the same damn thing though.
No,
Like,
we're
I
not.
disagree with that
No, we're
I
statement.
think it just
Number.
Okay,
Go ahead.
number
Go ahead.
what?
No, go ahead. Let QT go through.
I think it just depends on the circumstances and it depends on the woman or the man. If you guys have one day that's available and that's Friday or Saturday, I think it's doable. But I think it depends on the age group that you're dating as well. If you have an older woman, of course she's busy. She's busy with her life and she'll
She ain't
probably
doing
tell
that.
you when
She
she's
ain't doing
available.
cooking.
But
She
if you're
clean.
dating a younger woman, then she's more available. It just
Right.
depends on the circumstances.
Or she may not be more available because she's younger. She got more going on, which and that last
Right.
prompt goes right together with this prompt. Don't be a
let's
pushover when
go.
he's trying to make a date. So
Yeah.
it go right with the last one. Don't be a pushover. Don't make yourself readily available to him. Don't if you want to, and don't be a pushover. Is saying if he suggests something, you don't just go with it. If you got a fear of heights and he say let's go skydiving, don't be like okay.
Right.
I disagree with all of that. I disagree with all
Oh
of
no,
that.
wait, Trey. You say you okay? Trey say he agree with all of that.
No, I said I disagree.
I
What?
You
disagree
disagree?
too.
I disagree with that. Go
Me
back to the
too.
last
Okay.
statement. 90, I think it was 89, 90, a little bit. Okay. So it said,
90
right.
says never let him know he's the only one, even if you have to stay home 1 or 2 nights. Don't be a pushover when he's trying to make a date.
okay, so for 90, okay. And this is what I looked at from my own experience. If someone says they're interested in me, we exchange number and I'm interested in them. And I'm not expecting to see this person every day, especially during the work week. We got shit to do.
Oh,
But
okay. I know
Friday,
exactly what
Saturday,
it is.
Sunday, I'm expecting at least to get one of those days where we can sit outside at the park and have a little face-to-face dinner. You cook something, I cook something. I'm expecting that. If it's always I got some shit to do, then I got some shit to do too. And then I'm not no longer interested. And as far as a pushover, I mean, nobody should let somebody just, hey, this now and again, this is where the conflict comes in with some to modern women. If you tell me to make plans and I make plans, I'm not being a pushover. I made plans for us to do this. But here's where conversations come in. You have to sort of know what nuances that individuals don't like. Some women don't like being outside. They don't like bugs. I can understand that. It's too hot. The wigs be hot as hell. So they don't want to be in the sun. I can understand that too. So I would try to avoid
Shit,
those things.
outside the
I'm
wigs,
learning,
damn it.
I'm learning
Now,
her.
he brought up something very
So
interesting
I'm
because
just curious.
now you made me re-examine 91. Don't be a pushover, because in this, like you said, this modern time, that a talking point you hear a lot is, I want a man that's a man. He gonna plan to know how to plan a date. I don't like these guys that can't. Well, where you want to go? If you be a man and plan a date, so if you want a man to plan a date, you can't be mad when he plan a date and be like, well, I don't want to go here. This do
Yeah,
I look
true.
like the type of woman that go to the Cheesecake Factory?
Right. You can't have a caveat of, well, that's not where I want to go. But you didn't tell him where you want to go, and you wanted him to go where he wanted to
you
go, and that's where the
you
fuck
wanted
he
you
wanted to
wanted
go.
him you
But
wanted him to be a man, right? You wanted him to be a man and
right.
plan it and plan it. So then he plans it, and now you don't. Oh, well, do I
Hold on,
look like?
I
You know what, fellas? I would flip that on women. If I was y'all, I would flip that, because honestly, she should have just said what she wanted to go from the jump. You gave her the opportunity to do so, so therefore she didn't do it. So just shut up and go or not go. I'm gonna take somebody else.
that's
I
like
can. Well, I was just gonna say real quick. Like I can honestly say, if I had to guesstimate, 8 times out of 10, I planned the dates, and by that it was more or less like, hey, I'm going to a cookout today. You want to come? We're gonna go hang out at the beach. Do you want to come? Oh, we're going to play pool. You want to come with us? And he would always come. You know.
Okay, I got one
So
question. I got one question to ask all the women on here that pertains to the woman inviting a man out. If you invite the man, is he obligated to pay, or you put yourself in a position to pay?
dun, dun,
no, he's
dun.
not obligated to
Um,
pay.
I I think if I invited somebody out, I would be expected to
Okay.
pay.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. If I invite you out, I'm expected to pay. That's just a personal thing.
Shout out to the real women of the world.
Yeah, like when for example, like let's say we went to a cookout. Maybe he might bring something because he wanted to bring something, but I didn't say, hey, you need to bring X, Y, Z. Or if we went to the beach, hey, you need to no, just come to the beach. I just want to hang out with you. So no, and whatever we do is what we do. And if we want to leave after that and go do something else, if it's my idea, I pay for it. If you want to pay for it, you can. Now, Billy, I will say the only time that I could pay for something, I would literally have to like sneak my card to the waiter or waitress and be like, "Oh, run, he in the bathroom." You know what I mean? But that's because that's how Billy is.
Don't scroll up too quickly. I got something to say about that pushover thing. Um, Modern women don't know how to contest respectfully. Like the example of going out, making all the plans, making things, whatever. Like most men wouldn't have a problem if you made some type of you contested something about that, but they just don't know how to do it respectfully. They do it in uh, a way where it's like they make it seem like it's a total inconvenience and there's a lack of gratitude for the work that was done to prepare it. That's why you get this like, oh, do I look like a cheesecake factory girl? Oh, okay, well, okay, we got a problem now.
Are you guys talking about like the first date or a couple of dates? Because for me, if somebody invited me to a date, I'm not gonna go there if I don't have money or if I can't support myself. I
That
don't
part.
care if the person's rich. I don't care if the man says I'll pay for you. I'll always have money to pay for myself. I don't know,
That part.
but if
And you should.
yeah, if I'm not gonna just
That's
go
what my
there,
mama told me.
yeah, and if the date keeps on going and he looks at me like pay your stuff, I'm gonna pay for my stuff. You know what I mean? So like times are tough. Everybody's working, so I'm always gonna pay for my own stuff. But if he says, "Hey, I want to pay for you," that's a plus.
When I
I
had
got.
my
I
little,
never got to answer the question. My answer is it depends on whether I invite you out as an individual or if I'm inviting you out as an event. Like I'm inviting you out to an event. If I'm inviting you out to an event, we going Dutch. You pay for your shit, I pay for my
wow,
shit because we're at an event. But if I invite you to go out, like we're going to this restaurant or this I invited my homie out to a magic show. I pay for that because I invited him out to a magic show. But when we went to this DJ event, it was definitely a Dutch thing, like because it's an event. So
hmm.
I don't know. That's just how I think.
I don't know. I think with those types of things, like an event or anything like that, like cost is kind of up front, right? Whereas, like when you talk about lunches, dinners, breakfasts, these other minor dates, the cost tends
Hmm.
to come back.
Yeah,
No,
So it's
those are
impossible to go into these other situations without talking about cost up front, especially if you don't intend to pay for the whole thing, you know?
yeah.
Where
right.
I was gonna say,
Or
well, the caveat
I
out that what Morphine said that I kind of dig is there is a difference between inviting someone out, intimately versus asking if they want to be included in something else.
yeah,
Like, for example, if I'm like, hey, what you doing? Nothing. Well, you want to go get something to eat? I'm not doing anything either. We can go get brunch. Boom. I'm intending to pay. But
Right.
if someone calls me and they say, hey, what am I doing? Or if I call that person and I say, hey, what are you doing? They say, oh, me and such and the group of friends are gonna go blah blah blah. If I invite myself, or if they say you want to come with us, I'm getting that, I'm paying for me.
that's right.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Like
I
this
was
is a
gonna
me
use the
situation.
example, like my cousin. Just real quick example. My cousin invited me. She was like, "We got to go see Joe Coy for the the comedian," and she paid for the tickets. But then when we got there, I paid for the parking, I paid for the drinks, I paid for the food
Right.
because she had paid
Right.
for the ticket. So I said,
That's a
"No, you ain't
Dutch
got to."
though.
That's
That's
pretty
Dutch
much
though.
because she
Yeah, that's
paid for
pretty
the
much
ticket.
Dutch. Like,
It's
yeah,
called
we
No,
going
tourism.
Dutch.
it's not
So
Dutch,
I got
but it's
you
it's
because
con-
you
It's
paid
it's
for the
not
called
Dutch,
ticket.
but
teamwork.
it's called consideration.
yeah,
That's
And
consideration.
But
teamwork.
it can
yeah.
be Dutch though, like because like Maurice said, these are the things that you talk about beforehand. Like even with my scenario with the trip to the DJ little festival, there was tolls, gas, um, food or whatever. He just paid for the tickets or whatever to get us in there, and we had passes to get every fucking where. I think a couple of those entrees was free, but I paid for everything else. Them tickets was expensive, but that fucking gas and them tolls though, I
Hmm.
ain't pay as much as he did, but that definitely was a Dutch situation.
It's called
That's not
tourism.
Like
Dutch is 50-50.
All
It's
right,
very
we coming up on the last
he
about
paid like
25,
30
20.
more than I paid
We
because
only
the
like
tickets
20,
was high.
last 29, last 20, 20, 26, 29, 26 or 27 to go. We on 92.
she said
Very, very early
Shit,
in
I'd rather
in
pay for the tickets. You pay for all that other shit.
very early in your dating. Why not get a favorite song that you regard as your song together? This is our
Yeah,
song.
I like that because
I don't
those immortalized moments in your process of getting to know each other.
Uh,
You know, we all
that
had that
that's
little favorite song. Like my wife knows that my favorite artist is Luther, hands down, right? But there are songs that we hear and be like, yeah, that's it. and we dance to that shit. I don't know
Right,
what
but
song it is.
it's referring to our song together. Like this song is
Yeah.
an embodiment of our relationship and our love. This song bonds it, and I get that the sentiment I agree with, but at the same time, if it don't work, every time you hear that song, it's going.
That's why I say I don't like.
I was
I
gonna
was
say
down there
mine.
like crying.
Mine is
You want to have a situation.
ours is Maxwell. Woo, 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 woo. I can't sing.
Yeah.
That
I
was
think that's corny.
Maxwell.
I think that's some cute shit, and you would
Yeah.
find that you don't have to like manipulate that situation. Y'all gonna find that genuinely.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let that. Yeah, I don't think you should find it like it suggests. I think it should just come
Yeah,
naturally. Number
Yeah.
it's gonna come
93.
naturally.
93. Find out about the girls he hasn't married. Don't repeat the mistakes they made.
There
That's
you go.
doing too much.
Oh,
That's
that's a
solid.
good one.
That's
too
a
much
good
work.
one. That's
How
too
you
much
gonna-
work. That is
That's
nobody
not
that
like
is a
yeah.
lot of
I-
work.
I-
Yeah,
I'm
that's too
with
much
you. Like
work.
that sound like yeah. That it to apply that like if it's you can apply that today. It's like so what you gonna ask him who his exes are so you can go find them on Facebook and Instagram and get in
Women
their
ain't gonna
No,
inbox.
you just gotta
No, not
you gotta
necessarily. You just
decipher the
pick 'em.
bullshit. Yeah, like, but the thing that's hard, I would say, is deciphering the bullshit from the real shit, so you could know not to do that shit.
But that's bullshit
So
anyway. Because all the
here,
girls I
but
was dating, they broke my heart. All of them cheated. All of them did this. You never hear the good side of those people. It's always
not necessarily though.
I don't
Like
like these two questions. I don't like the question coming behind it because the question
Well, I
behind it
get what
after
you're
this
saying,
question,
Trey. I get
the
what you're
question
saying, but that's
behind
exactly what I'm saying. You still don't get
the
to
pro-
know what the hell they did wrong. They just brokenhearted.
right.
but
But the
here
thing is,
but
the
here's the
prompt.
thing, sometimes that is so true. So let me just give a brief example. My Billy, the one I've been married to for what, 15 years now, he was in a relationship with another young lady for like 6 years. He proposed to her and everything. And we had a serious conversation one day, like, hey, so why didn't it work between you and her? You proposed to her, you know, that was supposed to be it, right? And he says, she never really wanted to spend time with me. And that goes back to what I just said when we said about hanging out. He said, you invite me to the barbecues. If you going to the beach, you say, hey, you want to come. He said, and she never did those things. Even though I didn't even know that prior to doing that. But that, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of enforced it even more because I knew at that point that's what he yearned for. He wanted to be included. She always wanted to go like on her girl nights out and hang with her friends and stuff and would never include him in anything. So that one is actually a very good one. When you learn why that person may have not had the best relationship with the prior person.
Jess, maybe she was trying not to be available, and that was her downfall.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
Well,
her downfall because I
well,
got him, so I'm good.
like I said, I don't
I
like the
appreciate
follow
it.
up. I don't like the follow up prompt that comes behind this prompt because it alludes to a male fragile ego. Because 93 says, find out about the girls he hasn't married so you don't repeat their mistakes. Number
I think
94 says, don't discuss your former boyfriends. So
I
it's
think
okay for you to get
right.
into his exes,
Right.
but don't tell him about
But
your exes.
yep, yep.
See
Yeah,
Don't
I
discuss
that
his
agree with
screen
that.
former boyfriend, your former
that
boyfriend.
screams,
you have to
but
understand. You
that
have to
implies a fragile male ego. I don't like that.
no. Let's dig
But
in.
when I said it, it was,
Damn,
you know
Laura,
what?
you just cut me off like that. Like, did you hit
I'm
me?
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry. I was coming at 10 for a second, but go ahead.
yeah. When it says, because you have to understand, like, this is 1950s. Okay, let's cover. And then most of these girls are coming from, specific type of background, pretty sheltered individuals. They're not out here just out here like we have these women nowadays. So yeah, we're not gonna have conversations about the previous boyfriends because it causes this comparison issue. That's all it is. And nowadays, these girls are out here. So yeah, we're talking about your past boyfriends.
I have a
But
question about that.
I don't think
yeah,
But
that matters.
me too.
is it truthful? Sorry if I interrupted anybody. Is it truthful? Because there's always two sides to a story. There's her side and his side, also your side and his side. Like, you know, so I could be like blah blah
Yeah,
blah
true.
blah blah blah, but that's just how I feel towards that person that something didn't work out. But maybe they know you know what I mean? So it's
Well,
just
more information is
unless
always
you're
better
gonna
than
be an
no
honest,
Yeah,
Go ahead,
then
KT.
There's
unless you're
actually
gonna be
three sides
honest.
to a story.
yeah.
There's
Actually,
the
three sides.
truth,
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
three
So
her
sides. Yeah.
side, his side, and the truth.
so even if you hear like your man telling you about his ex, that might not be the whole truth. You know what I mean?
listen,
There's her side as well.
yeah,
So
more
what
Didn't
I'm
I
information.
just say that?
More information
sorry,
is
I
better
didn't hear
than no
you.
information.
No, no,
Like,
no. You said it better though. Thank you, QT.
But I don't think a man, for me, I never ask women about the details of their past relationships. Only thing I used to ask is, look, is the dude crazy? Anybody gonna come after me? Because I ain't gonna put myself first. Do you still see him and talk to him? I don't need to know all the details of what y'all have because I felt like once I appeared in her life, then I was that man. Your concentration and energy is gonna be geared towards me. Other than that, it's plenty of fish in the sea, and I like to fish, so I moved on. It's work.
It's working.
Yeah, it worked.
Okay.
95. If you are widowed or divorced, don't constantly bring up your ex-husband. That's a given to follow the last few prompts so we can keep moving. 96. Be flexible. If he decides to skip the dance and go rowing on the lake, go. Even if you're wearing your best evening gown. Nah.
That ain't gonna
Nah,
fly
we're not
today.
doing that.
What do you mean?
no,
It's
Yeah,
adventurous. You guys are not adventurous.
yeah, you know,
No, 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 no. You got to
me and
understand.
QT, we're
No,
going
cute.
hard. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
this is what he's saying, cutie. What he's saying is that you guys plan Friday, we're going out dancing. So you get
hmm
all dolled up and everything to go dancing, and then he comes to pick you up and he says, you know what? Forget going dancing. Let's go rowing. And
Yeah.
you got on he has on rowing stuff because he changed his mind, and you have him on a ball gown. No, that's not cool.
No, it's
Well,
fine.
no, it's fine. I'll be like, okay, drop me off at home. Let me get my tights. We're going.
Yeah.
What room
No,
y'all
you're
at to
not
fuck
going
with?
home.
Now,
You're
now
not going
if
home to get no
if
tights.
he
It's like
if he would say now if it's in a position to where they're being spontaneous and he's in a full suit and shoes and you're
Yeah.
like and you guys are driving like you know what, screw the dance, that's fun, that sounds fun and
I
spontaneous.
mean, that's what it is, though. That's exactly what it
Yeah.
is. It's not
Yeah,
like
It's
but
fun.
he's not showing up in
that
robe.
won't apply today.
Like, yo, we're going rowing. No,
That
it's
won't
not.
apply today. My
But
That
you
won't
girls
guys,
are
you
that,
guys
with
are
me.
not understanding that maybe there's a reason why he doesn't want to go, and there's a reason why he changed like that. But first, find out. I'll be like, okay, I'm with you, but why do you not want to go? And then I'll still do it because we're still spending time. The whole thing is spending time together. It doesn't matter where we go, right?
Yo,
mhm.
my girl QT,
it,
yo.
sa-
Even
it
if I
that's
sound
break
that's
it,
so
Yeah.
beautiful.
it
That's
sounds
so
all
beautiful.
it
Yeah,
sounds
that's
all
No,
so,
for
funny. Look,
real. It's
it
spending
sounds
that
time.
all
sounds so
it
beautiful.
sounds all fun and dandy
sounds good.
until she realized that she didn't stepped in mud in them Jimmy in them red bottoms, and she didn't
Like,
got she didn't got water in that
you've been messing with too many
that
bougie
Who
Fendi
girls.
purse
cares? It's just
and that
material stuff. What kind of
Fendi
women are you
purse.
guys
Yeah,
dating?
QT,
you've
That's
been
not.
The
messing with
hell?
too many
QT,
bougie girls, man. That's
you
why.
an anomaly. I don't know if you're
No,
married or
like
not,
what kind of?
but you
I
should be
love
getting
fun
married.
stuff. Fun,
Yeah,
I
fun
that's
love
why.
stuff.
fun stuff too. Don't get me wrong. I love fun
Shit.
stuff too. But however, I do get the sentiment of how this may go wrong. It's
Mhm.
one thing to be sentimental, but if the outfit is not working out with what you want to do, bro, then it's not gonna work out unless we go change and things like that. We get prepared for that. But not all the time, and I'm gonna let you put me in a situation where I'm gonna always be totally uncomfortable. Like
Yeah,
no,
I was
But what
gonna say
about
I'm not.
compromise?
I'm not doing that.
All
What
right, be
about
I was gonna say
compromise?
if
flexible.
I'm already dressed and that was the occasion that we agreed to, then I will agree with you. Okay, well, what changed? Like, why do you want to go do this instead of that? You know what? I just don't feel like being bothered with people today. All right, well, let me change my clothes. Like, and
That's
we'll
But
go.
Yeah,
he
let me
would have
take.
to be able to change too. But that's what I'm saying. The
Yeah.
the spontaneity thing I get. All right, number 97. I've never been to college and I never played, so
Phi
I don't
Beta
get this.
Kappa, salute.
Yeah. So hide your Phi Beta Kappa key if you own one. Pull it out later and and Junior can play with it.
That's just
I
saying
don't.
if you want those smart brainiacs, Phi Beta Kappa is like a
Oh,
educated organization in college, and
that's the
once
Kevin
you
Samuels. Yeah, that's the
That's
Kevin
the Cap.
Samuels. I got a PhD. That's what
yeah,
that is.
Yeah.
once you get
Okay.
accepted, you know,
Okay.
that's
Can I read Karen
So
part?
hide. So yeah. Hide your education. Go ahead, Karen.
Okay. Wear your Philly Beta Kappa key
Phi.
around your neck. Phi. Oh, okay, that's Phi. Okay. Wear your Phi Beta Kappa key around your neck. If he barks, wrap it around his.
but see
Balks.
again, it
Balks.
contradicts
I
the
don't
first
know. I
statement.
don't know what the fuck barks. So we're gonna say bark.
Box.
Bulk just like, why are you
Bulk.
wearing that? What are you
Bulk.
doing?
Yeah.
Bark.
Bulk.
Same thing.
Bulks.
You know,
Bulk.
we got
Balk.
if he got
90,
if he
90.
buck if he buck about it, it's like no.
Not
Yeah.
buck. Your hood's coming out. It's balk. Like
But why does
I
people have
know
to
what
hide
it
about their
is. I'm saying it
education?
wrong on purpose. You
Oh,
understand that?
all
Uh,
right.
98. Turn wolves into husband material by assuming they have honor. So what?
um,
I didn't get
I
Turn
that.
ain't
wolves
fooling
into
nobody in
husband
that.
yeah.
material.
Here you
That's
go.
something they
Here
have.
you're not.
That could have worked then.
See?
Don't try that junk now.
Now,
Yeah.
see,
Change,
try that
change
Is
the
now,
that the bad
that-
boy?
that's classic to changing the man back in the 50s. Try to change.
that ain't prime today.
You
No,
mean
That's
turn
the
bum into a husband?
No, a wolf. No, a wolf is
Wolf.
he.
wolf.
A wolf is a hunter. He out there chasing women.
he's
Player.
out there.
Oh,
Yeah,
nah,
you
you
turn
gotta
a
take
hunter
people for
into
who
a
they
husband
are.
material.
Oh no, you
I
That
ain't
gotta
could
take
take.
apply
wolves like
to me.
that.
Yeah,
I think it
womanizer.
applies to me. Before I got
Resist.
married, I was that wolf.
I can
I
dig
thought
it.
that was a bad boy. Like I thought
90,
I thought
99. Resist the urge to make him over before marriage.
There
Day.
you go.
Hey,
Resist the
real
urge to give up the cheeks.
quick.
That's scheming.
isn't that contradicting to number 80? I mean 98 though.
Oh my God, this shit
That's
crazy.
scheming.
Yo, you know I
Yo,
was gonna say that.
real
Go
quick.
ahead, Mr.
I just want to say good night. I gotta go. I hear Monica, and but this is a
All
great
right.
conversation, and I will watch the rest of it.
Right
Um,
on. Thank you for coming on. Have a good night. I know it's late on your end. It's like
yeah,
11.
Yes.
yeah.
Have a
So
good
y'all
night,
have a
hun.
good night, and I'll watch the rest tomorrow.
All righty. We on number 100 anyway. We got
Okay,
29 to
good,
go. We
good.
got 29 to go.
So tomorrow I only got 29. I'll do that with my coffee.
All right. All right.
All right, y'all have a good night.
All right, be blessed.
Be
Number
blessed as
one.
well.
Yes. Good night. Number 99. We didn't hit the threshold. Learn to draw the line, but do it gracefully.
See, that goes back to water women.
Oh,
Modern
that's what
women,
yep, that goes back to what Maurice said.
yeah, modern women do not know how to contest respectfully. And
Yes.
that's a huge.
But if he asks you to have a threesome and that's not your personality, say no. Stick to that shit.
Yeah, like you need to know how to contest respectfully. That's all.
101. Remain innocent, but not arrogant.
And ignorant.
Ooh.
Ignorant. Yeah, that was my bad. But
Yeah.
remain innocent, but not ignorant. Yeah, don't play naive.
Keep your eyes open.
Keep your eyes wide open. Number 102. Make sure home comfortable. What?
Make sure your home is comfortable when he
Yeah.
comes. When he comes
the-
over,
yeah.
basically.
I got ahead of myself some kind of way.
Large
it don't say
ashtrays,
short. It don't say
comfortable
short. It
chairs.
says make your home comfortable when he calls.
Yeah.
Large ashtrays, comfortable chairs.
Because back then they used to smoke a lot, and the man liked to
Yeah.
sit in the smoking chair and
In a
smoking
cigar chair, right? Bring him a newspaper and kick his feet up.
rub his feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
103.
I can
Learn.
say as a modern woman, my home is not comfortable for men. So
See,
My-
Morphine,
oh well, hold on, wait, let me read Karen part.
Well, I couldn't marry.
Because that's exactly what the fudge I just said. Make your home exactly what you want it to be.
How you want it. Not how he wants to, but how you
How you
want
want it to be.
See?
I like the
You don't want to gotta
goal.
live in it. He ain't living there.
Number 103. Learn to play poker.
Yeah.
Why?
Strip
Hang
poker.
out with the fellas. Hang out with the
Man,
fellas.
Learn
poker.
how
No,
to
I
play.
disagree.
Not poker,
Oh,
because
no,
we
hold
black.
on.
Learn how to play
Now-
spades.
Yes.
This is contrary to today. So number 104 says, if he's rich, tell him you like his money. The honesty will intrigue him.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah,
That's,
I,
yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
okay.
Don't do that.
yeah,
Don't
that's
do that,
contrary
sis.
to today.
Don't,
That's
don't
very
do that,
contrary
sis.
to today.
You better
That's
not bring
very,
up money.
yeah.
You better not say nothing. Don't bring up kids. Don't bring up money. Don't bring up religion. Don't bring up your ex.
Don't
no,
bring up no words that start with M.
Right.
Avoid all that shit. 'Cause
Right.
Take
a
the
man gonna
words
tie
out.
the money. What you mean, my money?
Number
Man,
105.
money,
105
marriage.
is echoing Kevin Samuels. Never let him believe your career is more important than him and the marriage.
Ooh,
What? Read that again.
yeah.
yep.
Never let him
Never.
believe your career is more important to
The him.
than him or marriage, because it's
Never
worded wrong.
This
Because
is
I'm
the
Yeah.
it's,
no, you're not
Never
reading.
let
word it
him
right.
believe
but
that
we
your
know we
career
know what
is
they're
more
trying to
important
say.
to him than a
Go
marriage.
ahead, read the
But
Karen. Read
listen,
the
I,
Karen.
I agree that I agree to that. My commentary is this. I agree to that, and that works both ways though. Like men can't make women feel like their career is more important than the family either. So I don't think no one wants to feel
Yeah.
that. But Karen said, never let anyone think that marriage is on your list if it isn't.
Yeah.
See number 18. Like what I said on number 18, like go review that.
And it also
Yeah.
said don't be pushed into things. But let me just go to comment on number 105 real quick. Listen, and I think that's where us men sometimes get it confused. Yes, a woman shouldn't boast that she has a college degree if she's still making $40,000, $50,000, still has this major debt. But also, as an accomplice for her, man can't you know what I'm saying? It's like we can't just
Don't
dismiss
disregard
it.
the accolade. Don't
Yeah, we can't
disregard the
dismiss the
accolade.
accomplishment because
Yeah.
it's an accomplishment within itself. So
Let
yes,
me.
it's great. Put it up on the wall, let everybody see it.
Right.
But at the same time, when
Well,
you in his house,
I would like to add a caveat to
oh,
that because, like, all right, I agree with like not fully, completely dismissing it, but in the same sense, I'm not gonna overblow it to the point where like if it has no value to me, like
I mean, but
it has no value to me, has no value to this family. If anything, the very things of this family will be suffering because you have it. Then I'm
how
not.
would it be suffering though? I'm curious.
Well, a
Because if
lot
I'm
of
she
times,
curious
has a lot
about
of
this.
debt or something like that, and like you said, like
But
you was mentioning, if she had a large amount of debt, she's not working in the field. She's making
yeah.
she's making average earning wages that people with no college degree make, but yet she has this huge debt. It becomes a liability to the family.
And then she doesn't want to home make. Like then we
but
add
but
all that
don't-
together.
but again, these are things that I know prior to going into the marriage. These are things that I already know. And if she doesn't want to home make, I pretty much know that too because I went over her house on Wednesday and that shit was a hot mess. She's not a good homemaker. I can't expect
fair,
for her to just
fair,
all of
fair.
a sudden know be willing to do these skills just because I'm married. And
No,
those things do to me, listen, and that's why the conversation always need to be had. Listen, if I'm working, taking care of the family, taking care of the major things, whenever listen, our kids should never go without clothes because you buying all this shit. When you buy yourself something, I better get a shirt, a pack of socks or something. I better have something. Don't just be coming here talking about the stuff you got, and I'm looking like wear mine, and the kids looking like they still wearing high waters and too tight shit. No, everybody need to eat off what you bringing into the house. That's all
Right,
I'm saying.
right.
I think I think it depends on the woman. Again, there's some women out there with like, doctors, masters and everything. I think those accomplishments are like, you know, they're pretty high up there, so they should be valued. And a woman who has education is always good, just like a man who has education. And these days, the homes, unless you're making like a lot of money, it takes two, right? It takes two incomes, two hustles, two everything. So therefore, I think both should be valued. And when it comes to homemaking, I think both partners should partake in that as well because it's a lot of work.
We're not partners. You're my wife. I'm your husband.
we got
We're
roles.
not
You
partners.
can be that
No, we
works
can't be
back in the
partners.
days, but it doesn't work
Partners.
right now
The
because
word
if she's
partner.
coming, it just depends on
Shout out
because
to the
like
LGBTQ community because they keep.
listen, you are in a like you're gonna see somebody
They
who
did come out with that slogan of partnership.
Yeah.
listen, you are in, like, you know yourself, so obviously you're gonna go with somebody who is the same kind of, has the same values and
All I'm
whatnot with you, right? But I'm just saying, majority of women go to work, come home, and they're tired as well, just like the man, and they have to take care of kids, just like.
all
So if it would be nice if it's a partnership,
No,
teammate kind of
all I
like
have to
hey
say
man.
about this is that absolutely a degree is absolutely an accomplishment that's more than worth acknowledging.
Okay.
Just
Thank you.
don't don't let it wrap your too much of your identity up in it. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
for example, I'm a musician and I don't want I'm not walking around the house. I could play the piano. You're gonna respect me. You know what I mean? You know,
Right. Right.
you know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's a good skill to have. When I play, it's like, oh my, if I'm playing and you hear me playing, you play compliment that's you play beautifully. But outside of that, if it isn't necessarily benefiting to the entirety of the household, then it's just an accolade. It has no real value. But it doesn't mean it isn't worth acknowledging, because if I have a degree in sanitation, I got a master's degree in sanitation, and okay, so you have a degree in being a janitor. You have a master's degree in a janitor. What does that really mean? You know what I mean?
I'm
It,
certified to clean.
Right, and I don't even think,
That's still
and
a job.
a degree in sanitation wouldn't even be janitor. It would be something like
Water
something
system and all
It's
that,
water.
still
It would be
clean.
like water purification. It'd be something. It would be
which is
something. But
important.
I just used that. I just minimized it purposely though
Yeah.
for the point. Now carrying on, number 106. Buy him an amusing or particularly appropriate present everyone once in a while, but don't make it too expensive.
I disagree.
Damn.
I disagree.
Buy him an amusing or particularly appropriate present every once in a while, but don't make it too expensive.
See? And that's why we get the socks and the ugly tie that we never wear. Listen,
Right.
you get red bottoms, damn it. I want a Rolex. Give me a damn
No,
Rolex.
You're taking
my
these things.
my cousin cracked me up. He said that about his wife. He was like, man, he was like, she won't diamonds for her birthday. She won't diamonds for Christmas. She won't diamonds again on Valentine's Day. The next thing you know, it's her birthday again. You got to get some.
Mhm.
But like you said, what do we get? We get socks, a tie, underwear. We get stuff. We get practical things that we need.
Shit, we don't need. We
Under
got that.
undershirts, drawers.
I think if your baby's spending money on you, you should be spending money on him. It's nothing for me. I don't know about other women. This is where I become a little special, but it's nothing like buying my baby something expensive. And I'm about to tell everybody that I bought that. Look at him. He looks so fly in that. As soon as I seen it, I thought about him. Like, he should have this, especially
I
if
think
it's unique
Okay.
and
Well, I
yeah.
like
no
another
one
Rolex.
else is going to have it.
I like another Rolex. Another. Just another.
All right,
Range.
let's get through
All right,
these
so if
because
I buy you a
we
Rolex and I
we getting
I, I make
close.
everybody look at it, I'm putting your arm
I
up in
wanna
the air.
I
Like,
wanna
of
get through
course.
this list in the next 30 minutes because we're gonna hit the 3 hour mark.
All right, let's go.
So 107, clip and mail a funny cartoon that means something to you both. Translation today, cinema funny meme.
Yeah.
Send them a TikTok,
Yeah,
That's
Right,
some
a
good,
TikTok.
yeah,
Right,
some
right,
cool
right,
ass
right.
TikTok.
Instagram, anything. Shit.
Number
Yeah, I mean,
108, don't tell dirty stories.
Mm.
Context.
Nah.
Context counts.
I
Yeah,
disagree.
context. I was gonna say, yeah, context matter because a time and the place, man. It's a time and the place.
Well, it's not just time and place. Sometimes, like, let's say you did have a skanky past, and I don't, and like, it's not like I don't know you don't have that past, but like, let's say we're not gonna recount one of your nasty moments, like,
Right. That don't include me. Screams
yeah,
insecurity.
I don't
Right.
want to hear about that.
Right. Screams insecurity. Number 109. Stop being a mama's girl.
Mm.
Don't let him think you'll have. Don't let him think he'll have law in-law
in-law
trouble.
troubles.
In-law trouble, even if you know he will.
Ooh, that's ugly.
even though you know he will.
But I think
Oh,
I think
yep,
today
yep.
it's sort of reverse. A lot of women don't have good relationships with their mother, so it's gonna be trouble anyway.
Hit the
Well,
bitter
I don't got
Karen.
a
Hit the
good
bitter Karen.
relationship with my
Hit the
mama.
bitter Karen. Hit the bitter
All right,
Karen.
all right. Guess guess who never has in-law troubles? People who stay single.
Oh damn! Look,
No.
see, there you go.
There it is.
And that's the
Hold on,
devil.
wait though. Hold on, wait though. I got a comment on that. Um, I got a probably a in-law from hell, and we don't have like a close relationship, but that's the outside looking in. You know, the inside looking in. Like if you're inside, you will see we don't. But to the outside, I ain't gonna never let you know that my mom ain't close to you. This is my girl. What do you mean? And I would never let him know that. Like I would never let you know that my mom is a bitch. You would have to see it. Like even though I'm trying to not show you it, like you would have to fuck around and just see it. We gonna talk about it later though. Yeah, yeah, babe. She's a bitch. I ain't want you to find out this way. But
Number 110. Number 110. Point out to him that the death rate of single men is twice that of married men. Bitter Karen.
it's not, and getting married won't make him or you happier or healthier either.
Oh my God.
Bitter Karen. Now, we getting close to the final stretch. Wild ideas. Go to Yale.
Why?
And
God.
now this you got to also
Shout
remember
out to
back in the
Yale. I got a
day.
shirt.
You got to remember back in the days, women went to college to find husbands.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Mm-hmm.
in context, this is different. They would get a husband and a degree at the same time, and they know he'd be, set well off or in a position to be well off. That is.
Most
Where do
Becky
they go now? Where do they go now? To the clubs?
nowhere.
No,
Most
they
Becky
And
can't
Online,
and
online.
find a
mo,
husband.
mo,
it's a furthermore back up Maurice claim. Women aren't going for shit that they would get a man in. Like those women back in the day was going for like little degrees of communication and little what we call bullish degrees right now. But women
What?
aren't doing that.
They getting
They
the
ain't
same
doing
result.
that.
women are not looking for men.
Right.
Yeah,
Not
they're not looking for men
They're
in
looking. They're
college.
looking for fuckboys. They're looking for people to cuddle with. They're looking for conversation.
no. They're
They're
looking for someone to supplement their income.
that.
Yes.
Oh,
They're
that's
looking
Yeah,
for.
weird.
because they're not even looking for
Hey,
that's desire. That means they wanted to, they're fucking out of desire. They're not even doing that.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
They're looking for people to play that temporary role for whatever it is that they're emotionally feeling at that moment in time.
what
And if
I
it's
agree
not
with that.
Becky do
man,
during
so
22.
be it.
All right, let's go.
Number
Get a hunting
112.
license.
Get a hunting license. If Jessica was on here, she'd be like, "Damn right."
Buy a gun. Buy a
Right.
gun and know how to use it. In
There
other
you go.
One,
words.
Just
one,
to be
thir-
honest, that woo, hey, you better get her good, get her
right,
good.
right, right.
Yeah, me and my husband and then she
Number one, yeah, number 113.
Wow.
If your mother, if your
oh
mother is
shit.
fat, listen. If your mother is fat,
Hell.
tell him you take after your father.
That shit got me.
If your father is fat too, tell him you're adopted. Wow,
Ooh-wee.
just that's cold
That
blooded
is
right there.
funny.
Basically, tell him that that's not what you're gonna turn into in 30
I mean,
years.
there was a reason back then they
But there's a
called
way around that too. Look at them fucking ankles. Those ankles will let you know what she gonna be at in 10 years.
Them
Them
ankles
ankles
and
will let
wrists,
you know.
them
them.
wrists and,
There's a
and the
reason back
knees.
then they called men
Oh,
the
with
catch
my ankles got
because
some
women were
soft
out
tissue in
here
them.
scheming to try to
Yeah.
catch these
I
men.
know my thing.
I'm
Right.
telling you, there's a
Yeah.
reason.
I have a question for the
Okay.
man.
But
Let's
Okay,
go,
so
cute.
my question is, like, if you guys were single and you met and you saw the mother, and the mother was like, "Oh my goodness," would that determine you continuing dating her or marrying her? Would that like deter you,
it
or
depends on how
no?
she was built at that moment.
Yeah,
That's
The
that's
it,
mother,
me.
it depends.
No,
For
it depends on how the daughter, the woman I'm dating, is built
yeah.
at that moment. If she's built like she only a couple of days away from being mama, then hey, that's. But
But
if
those are
she,
not the women that we
Yeah.
typically would date, will we? Those are the women that, we, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want nobody to see you with her. You
You
meet
know,
her at 3 in the morning.
It
But
Go
comes
I-
down,
ahead,
but it does.
bitter Karen. Go ahead and read.
it comes down to
If your
self.
mother is fat,
Damn.
congratulate her. Hold on, wait. If your mother is fat, congratulate her. Congratulate her on on stunning the beauty police. Hold on, wait. I don't
Wow.
like how they said that.
Shunning.
Let me
Y'all
shunning.
can't read.
Yeah, Shani.
F you, Maurice.
Oh, now y'all hear me. Oh, because when
No,
y'all cut
no,
me
no,
off,
look, no, hold on. I
well,
want
I
him
have
to
to
scroll.
say
No,
something.
I want to scroll back up. I want him to scroll. I'm gonna scroll back up so he can see that we're reading what's there. Like where was it? What was the one about buying him a gift?
That was back in like
That was way back when.
It's because it said everyone. It was crazy the way it was worded. But anyway,
Oh,
it was worded crazy.
you want me to read from now on so I can show you how to read?
Go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
you
that
can't
way.
read. You
That is
can't read
106.
the Karen parts. I just
No,
got
It's
the
that's
shunning
106 about the gift.
messed up. Don't judge me. I was reading good. I was reading all the Karen parts real good to that one part. To that one part.
Okay. Number 14. Stowaway on a battleship.
Damn,
Wow.
that's rough.
Wait, I'm not
That's the
understanding that.
1950s.
Don't do
That's
that.
the 1950s for you right there.
Yeah, that's
That's
scandalous.
how they
She
got their
getting ran.
passport,
Hey,
girlfriend.
she getting ran through on that.
And true.
Yo, she getting
Bro.
passed around on that jail.
She getting ran through on that battleship. Rent a billboard and post your picture and
What?
telephone number on it.
Man,
These
you do that shit today, man. You
What?
don't have no weirdos,
Wow.
stalkers. Come on.
Man, they do that today.
Yo.
They do that today. They just call it a QR code and it has their Instagram on it. That ain't went nowhere.
Oh, so we still doing
QR
it? Okay. Okay.
It-
That's not
QR
crazy.
social
That's
media,
not as
yeah.
crazy as it sounded.
QR code. Follow me on Instagram. It's just not the
There you
phone
go.
number.
All right, let me read Karen. Rent a billboard and post his picture and telephone number on it.
No, that's devilish.
Mhm.
That's devilish as hell.
Okay, 116. Paint your name and number on the roof and say hi. Give me a buzz, pilots.
Where you reading these words?
Come on, man. What the hell?
Paint your name and
Paint your
number
name and
on your
number
roof
on-
and say, "Give me a buzz, pilots." That's what it says.
Come and take these cakes.
Is that an oral sex euphemism?
I suppose. Well, they didn't have battery operated boyfriends then, so maybe not.
So they had to get it the
Okay.
old fashioned way.
That was the good old days.
Start a lie.
Start a whispering campaign on how sought after you are.
Start a lie campaign.
All right.
So back to these
Everybody
bitches.
wants me.
So
I'll
back
be
to
beating
Becky
them up.
saying the
I'll
lie.
be beating them off with a stick, girl. They can't get enough of me, girl.
For 117 statements on this list, this chick been talking about lying, deceiving,
and going outside.
Yes.
and going outside and making yourself available.
Right. All right. Let me see. Sink at a fashionable beach at high noon. I don't know what sink means. Sink in the water. Sink in the water. Pretend you're drowning. Damsel in distress. That's another theme that she had on here.
More
Oh,
lying,
yeah.
huh?
You been
Yeah,
lying,
back
man.
to the
That's
to the
how
line.
it
I
goes.
said she been lying on this 119, and we still lying.
Listen, I ain't going over there with that thong bikini on, and all of a sudden I grab you from behind.
And you know what happened to you saying
What
that?
happened if a woman say
No, I was getting ready to say that was a real article that a woman sued a man that saved her from drowning because she did not give him permission to touch
Consent.
her.
See,
Where does consent say?
She didn't give him.
911.
She was sexually violated. Sir.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
he was
119.
he kissed her?
This how you meet a man. Number 119. Ride the airport bus back and forth to the airport.
Hey, that's a good one, lady. That's a good one.
Determination right there.
That's a good one, though, ladies. For real. That's a good one. Because
That's not a
guys
bad idea. That's not a
coming
bad
from
idea.
giving
Just,
Go ahead, bitter Karen.
You have to. So this is like what, the 50s. I'm pretty sure that, because so that's where a good place to like meet pilots and like getting a pilot as a a husband was a big deal.
Yeah, because it
Well,
was good money.
not even that. Not even that. It's just like in 2024 for all the women that got remote jobs, you should go instead of going to the cafe and isolating yourself. Maybe you should go in more populated places and post up there.
But that wouldn't even work. That wouldn't even work today because you got to remember, there was this whole movement called Me Too that basically said, "Don't talk to us, don't
Don't even
approach
talk.
us, don't say
Yeah.
anything to us, leave us
And then
alone."
there's that. All right, so
Okay,
Karen is
yeah.
taking Uber to the airport. Go somewhere fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh my God.
Yeah, she
120.
just said
Now we're in the home stretch. 120. Bribe the Ferris wheel operator to get stuck at the top of the Ferris wheel. Lie.
That
Just scheming.
Oh, man.
Damsel in distress again.
even.
Just scheming, man.
Ain't nobody getting on no Ferris wheel.
Ain't nobody going to the fair no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's 1950 for sure.
We going on roller coasters, man.
right.
And you don't want to get stuck on top of that shit at all. Like
Shut up.
This one has to be satire. Stand on the busy street corner with a lasso.
Yeah, all right. Go
All right.
ahead.
That's
With a
definitely
what?
satire. A lasso.
standing on the corner with her lasso. She a buckle bunny.
Right.
Y'all know that.
And have some flyers.
Right. Has
If
some
you see
spurs
this
on.
person,
And some spurs on,
Go ahead, bitter
Don't forget to
Karen.
twerk a little bit because we in 2024. All right. You know what? I'm thinking I'm going to let this one stand, but release your breast. Whoa, release your.
Oh, man. Y'all need to go back to school.
Release your beast back into the herd after you catch him.
what?
Yeah.
Release your beast. It's a beast,
No.
damn it.
You can't. You listen, and see. Listen. You
But no,
can't be out there.
this woman, the woman that did this article is clearly a feminist.
Yeah,
Because
clearly.
everything she's saying would be 100,000% inflammatory if it was a man that said, stand on the corner with a rope, with a lasso, catch women, release your beast, and then let her go back in the wild when you're done with it.
That's
Like, let him go back into her after you catch him. Like she said, you know what? I'm gonna let this one stand.
Listen, I'm looking at it like this. Get out on the corner, catch you a straggler, bust him down, and then when you're done with him, send him on back out to the street. Transactional. That's it.
Yes,
Bust him down.
122. Carry a
Which
camera
the first
and
one
ask.
said stand on the corner, so like they both was on one
120,
accord.
122. Carry a camera and ask strange, handsome men if they would mind snapping your picture.
Oh yeah,
That's definitely
yeah, you
not
can
something
do that all day.
Yo, that's a good one.
Somebody
That's
gonna
a
run off
good
with your.
one.
So we don't carry
I'm gonna
camera.
try that.
People don't
I'm gonna
have.
try that one too.
I'm gonna try that. I'll get back to you
People
guys.
don't carry cameras no more, so they're gonna run off with your phone.
Well, it's not
They
just
ain't gonna
that.
run off with my phone.
Like,
No, they not.
That's gonna be
Before
like
you try
one of
to
the
put
least
a lock on your
attractive
phone.
things I can do because the last thing I want
Yeah.
to be is an Instagram boyfriend or Instagram husband. So no, don't ask me to do that.
And 123. Ask your mother to take in male boarders. So basically,
Yeah, all right.
Wow.
Come
What,
on,
what,
man.
what do you mean?
Mama fine as hell.
What? So they hobos.
like a boarding house. Yeah, a boarding
Mama
house.
fine as
basically.
hell. What you talking about, man?
They
No.
hobos. They can only afford a
My mama
room. That's all they can
got shit.
afford.
Damn.
Man, these women,
Oh,
these women
here you go.
scheming.
This one might work though. This next one, number 124. Make and sell toupees. Bald men are easy catches.
These women were thirsty, bro. They were trying to,
Oh my
they were trying
god.
to catch
This is clearly for white men.
any man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yo, it's definitely that's why we named them Becky and Karen. Like this is definitely
Okay, we're down to the final stretch, the last 5 or 6. Advertise for male co-owner of a boat.
Okay.
126.
Get you rich husband.
126. If you see a man with a flat, offer to fix it.
Yeah. Fix that shit.
Oh yeah.
That would be
What?
sexy for the man, eh?
Yo, that'd be
Yeah.
so sexy. Girl,
Yeah.
if a man sitting there got a flat, you be like, brother, can I help you? You need some help? I
And
got
in, in
I
today's
got some
era,
push
though,
to flat in the back. Like,
in today's era, though, you might really be helping him out because he don't know what to.
and what
And you
he
might
doing
come up
anyway?
missing. And you
Eh,
Yo,
might come up missing.
I don't know.
okay,
oh man, I'm
one
pushing it.
120
I
127.
think that won't
Carry a
work.
tow chain in the trunk of your automobile.
Wow.
Back to
Really?
what I just said. Didn't I just say that? And don't after you stop this dude that is clearly in distress, right? And you got the tools in the back that help him, and you know how to use them. What? It's illegal. It's
That brother's
One,
legal.
gonna marry you the next day.
Man, the next day. And you
okay, we're down to the
and
last two now. These are the last two. Let it be known in your office that you have a button box and will sew on what is that? Bleachers,
Bachelors.
blessers,
bachelor's loose
blessers.
button.
Yeah,
Bachelors, man.
bachelors. Yeah, I don't. I don't. We don't talk
Bachelor's
in this
loose button.
vernacular.
Yeah.
We don't speak in this vernacular anymore. All right.
Not just a
I
bachelor,
don't know.
but here's the
Oh,
thing. Yeah,
oh, yeah. Bachelors lose buttons.
yeah.
Yeah,
This
and
plays
don't marry
into
him
what
if he
you said.
has. Don't last one. Don't marry him if he has too many loose buttons.
No. Listen, this plays to what you said. It was a question earlier about being able to complete those tasks. Listen, there's nothing sexier to a man than a woman being able to sew a button on a shirt. We're not asking for a whole outfit. Like I said, show off some outfits that women made. Of course, they stopped doing home ec, so women don't get into that type of skill set anymore. But shit, to sew a button on a man's shirt.
I think that speaks to a man's satisfaction with a woman that's willing to take on the minor inconveniences in his life. Like that's, it sounds uh, diminishing, but it means more to men than I think people like to give it credit for. Because like these inconveniences are annoying, and I hate doing them. And you take enough care and consideration to take them off my hands. That's awesome.
I mean, that's the same with men. Like the guy that takes his woman boots to get repaired. We're not going to take your shoes. I mean, back in those days, yeah. Um, they like if they're real leather, because my dad did that one time when the soles of my cowboy boots was messed up, and I was like, I'm about to throw them Johns out and get new boots. He was like, no, I'm about to take them to the repair shop. I was like, what? The fudge. I'm 30 something years old. I don't know nothing about that. I'm about to go buy some new boots. I came back. I got new soles on my Johns and on my cowboy boots, and he took the other combat boots that I had and got them refurbished as well. So I think that plays hand in hand in the manosphere playing, what y'all do as men and how y'all operate from back then to now.
And
How
I
they
think
operate.
I think the sewing kit is. I went to my sister's house and she had a sewing kit. I looked at her and said, you have a sewing kit?" She's like, "Yeah, for the buttons." So
Yeah.
women still do that.
Sure, I got a couple pant buttons that I like. I can't sew a button on to save my life.
What you need to learn, brother. Shout out to Gen X, goddammit, because we
Hey man, I'm gonna have to learn because I'm starting to run through my pants. You know what I'm saying? I'm running out.
For me, it's not just the buttons; it's the seams. You ever rip something at the seam and
Man,
you
y'all
you
can't
needed
sew
to
a button on
repair?
your own shirt, man. You know how easy it is to sew a button
yes.
on?
Sew a button.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
like
Gen X.
sewing your seam back together is way more difficult than sewing the button back
Yeah.
on.
I didn't say that to be
Like
shame.
I could run your pants through the sewing machine. You don't have to go to the tellers for that. That's
Or get
easy.
a sewing machine. A sewing machine is $200.
I got one.
It'll change
They
your life.
I got one. I got one for
$13.99.
$1.50.
I was
Well,
gonna
I
say
got
they
one for
$13.99
$1.50.
these days. They're not in
I'm waiting on
demand
you
no
to
more.
go.
Yeah, they not high. Yeah, you can get one for $20. I wouldn't get that. But I got a regular, I could sew denim. I can't sew
Man,
leather
they
because
they
that's the
got
heavy.
hand.
That's
They
that
have
singer sewing machine. I don't got no singer in my house,
Well, I'm waiting
but
on you
I
to
they
got a sewing
have
machine.
they handheld sewing machines now.
Yes,
It's
they
a
do.
whole different
Absolutely,
world.
they have.
So if you
And,
got a
and,
if you
and,
got a loose seam, if you got a hole or something, you can just.
That's it.
yeah, pop, 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 pop
Put
that
some
joint
battery.
on it.
It
Can
runs
you
on
hold it
battery.
straight?
All right. So I'm gonna leave y'all with my lovely co-host because I gotta. It's It's still early here, so I got to get my kids together. We can wrap it up, and she can carry y'all to the end if y'all got some more commentary. But I appreciate everybody that came on, and I'll watch the rest of y'all later.
Appreciate you, brother. It's always a
See,
pleasure.
teamwork. Proud of you.
Yeah, because I did it to him last show, so I guess it's my turn, right?
Always transaction.
Well,
These women always transaction.
it's always transactional. You know, we in 2024. What you thought?
Yeah.
You just got to get on the better side of the transaction. Make sure you get what you want as well.
There you go.
Then they try to leverage something what is it, unfair at the end. See that?
But again,
That's the point.
as a man, if you standing on your principles, and as long as they righteous, then you can get everything that you want. You don't even really got to ask. You just got to move in that capacity and expect. This is just me. I've always expected that not every woman is going to be the woman that I want, and I'm not going to be what every woman wants. It has to be like I would say a special type of person for me, but those are my expectations, that I need certain things within a woman. I love a woman that can do things that my mother did. I love a woman that can cook. I love a woman that can be comfortable in her natural state. You know, little lip gloss, little eyeliner, whatever. But I like everything natural about a woman because I saw what it was like. I had 5 sisters and my mother. So it was just something that always stuck with me. And, you know, I might meet 3 women in my lifetime that are married potential. 2 of them I won't be ready for. And that's how I used to look at it. 2 of them I wasn't ready for. But then it got to a space in my life where, okay, look, I'm tired of playing the games. I don't need 5 and 6 women, 7 women to equal one. I just need one. And I got blessed. When I started thinking better and moving better, I was able to get everything I needed within one person. So changed my damn life. I ain't going back out on the streets. Y'all can have that shit. Y'all can have that shit. But
It's rough out here.
Yeah, shit. I tried to cling on to my relationship, their life. Had to let them go. But
yeah.
sometimes if you can't hold on too long, you gotta let go and leave time and room so you could get what you need and you deserve, you know. But back to you, Maurice, just make sure you getting what you want out the deal, and then you won't never feel like you getting robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. I mean, when I was saying it like tongue in cheek. I was messing around, but I think no, out here I think a lot of I think okay. So my ex-wife, she had this bad habit of trying to I don't want to say negotiate in bad faith, but just not appropriately negotiate and try to figure out what the relationship. And it's usually from a standpoint that she just wasn't willing to give anything up. There was no compromise. It was really, and it was just I don't know. I mean that's kind of like the point. And then when you look at the internet and all the stuff that's going on in the internet, and the way these women are talking, they all sound the same to me, right? It sounds like this. I'm not negotiating squat, nothing with nobody. These are my standards, which is a bunch of list of preferences, and they're like, you know what? I'm not moving. And it's just like, all right. But then, there's that famous thing that was going around where it was like, they'll sleep with this guy, but they won't make him a sandwich, right? So there's this skewing of priorities.
Well, yeah, because the individualism. They're not getting nothing beneficial out of making you a sandwich. More so, if I was making a sandwich and I made you one and I one. It's the inconsiderate things that when you in love and when you in a relationship, and even if you're not in love, you in respect with the relationship that you would do, because even though it's inconvenience to you, it's still convenient because you love that person and you like to see a smile on their face,
Yeah, what I say, I think women like to leverage that a little bit too much. They have these guys waiting on. I mean, this is what creates this simp culture, right? They have guys that wait on them hand and foot, and they go, "Oh, thank you," and then they move on with their life, right? like there's no consideration.
So Brother Maurice, I have a question for you.
Back of it.
I have a question.
Ask you something.
Do you believe most women sort of behave the same way, have the same mindset?
No. I clearly said like the internet, like all
Yeah.
this stuff is going on the internet. There's plenty of women out here doing all types of stuff, but even if um, the women are not these women that I'm speaking about, like that's on the internet, women out on the streets have echoes of this type of behavior, nonetheless. Because you come across women on day to day, and you ask them certain questions, and you can realize, I know your mindset. I know what
Oh
you like.
man, you gotta stop believing what women say and believe what they gonna do, because what they gonna say and what they gonna do is gonna
Yeah,
be totally
pretty
two
much.
different things.
Yeah, pretty much.
It really is, because I could say what I'm not going to do online. I'm not getting out of my bed at 3 o'clock in the morning to make him no sandwich, but you
But
see me up at 3 o'clock in the morning making this dude a sandwich. And now I'm on live trying to explain to you why the hell I'm doing some shit I said I wasn't going to
yeah,
do. So, you got to believe what women doing versus and what they saying. So when men are telling me their experience based on action, I can't
yeah.
rebuttal that. I definitely could be like, well, damn, brother, I'm sorry that is your experience from women to women that you're dating. It's going to make me like question your proximity, and are you dating within proximity? Because I see that's definitely
Right.
issue with both sides. I see
And,
that's
and
issue with both
My
sides.
question for him is Maurice is, are you getting out of your comfort zone and kind of like opening your like space up for other type of individuals, like other type of women? You know what I mean? Not
Not
just
just
like
him, but people like this. Let's make it general so he don't feel like he's in the door.
I no,
Like, do
I can
you
take
feel
a
like
oh
men
no,
are
it's
doing
for
what you
him.
said? Like,
well,
I can take a straight up question. That's fine.
Like, are you opening
all
up
right, so
yourself to like a lot of people? That's all.
I didn't hear the last part.
Are you opening your like mind and heart up for different diversity and different people in order to see if everybody that you are going after is the same?
Oh, I mean, in all the interactions I've had, um, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'm not closing the door immediately. I allow that person to run their course throughout whatever the test or suspicions I may have, and see how it goes. But after a while, you can see the fruits of this tree, and it's not something I want to eat.
so Maurice, do you believe? When you see a woman, what is without even talking to her? What are one of the first things that draw you to her?
Without so from a distance, if I see a woman,
Yeah.
what's one of the things, other than just being physically attracted for whatever reasons that we don't know what's going on. A big thing for me is low makeup. Huge thing for me.
Okay. So her appearance, how she looks, draws you
Yeah,
to her, right?
like,
yeah,
and
men
then
are visual.
And women are visual too, because
Yeah,
the
yeah.
things that he's talking about, a woman will do all of those things for the man that she's attracted to.
yeah, exactly. So
Bingo.
I'm, I met women shit. They cooking 3-course meals 2 or 3 days into meeting them because they were attracted to me. And I think, again, it all comes from my experience over a course of a long period of time. I never had the issues that men are having today. I could have 4 or 5 women waiting on their day to be with me. I was just trying to be as honest as possible. Now it got to me to where I'd be like, this ain't right. I, I wasn't feeling comfortable. I wasn't sleeping well because I was trying to move in all of these lanes, which really I wasn't made for that. I was just taking advantage of it. But I also understood when it comes to me, not every woman is attracted to light skin. Now every woman is attracted to bald head, and sometimes I'm just ugly to some women, which I would been able to accept for myself. Like I'm just not that attractive, and I expect that. I think sometimes, and it's not, nothing, nobody here, but I think sometimes as men we don't realize how fucking ugly we are,
Oh
and
no.
we don't have a sense of humor. Sometimes you gotta be able to throw a joke. What used to get me by? I used to always throw a joke on myself. Always say something stupid about myself because once I get there, I don't know. I was just different because I had sisters, so I knew how to play into that little nuances of what they was looking for. But I still
Can
said to them, "This is what I need. This is what I want."
I
can
think
I
women
ask
just
that
want.
question?
Yeah. What? Sorry.
Something that he said, and it always stands out to me when I talk to men that say that a lot of men that have this je ne sais quoi about them when it comes to women. They line is I was raised by women, or they got their game from women. Where in the online or the internet, a lot of the game is coming from the same sex. It's coming from man to man and woman to woman instead of the opposite gender.
Mm-hmm.
But but you gotta look at the last 20 some years. Most information men are getting, they get it from the women that are closest to them. They equate how women in their families, their relatives, and within their community, they equate that type of behavior to women fucking in California, and I live in Florida. Instead of at least looking, I've always looked at each woman as an individual. I wasn't gonna just because it was a certain, just because you appeared to be a certain way.
Yeah, that's the best
Okay,
approach.
you're just falling into what you see. Most women follow trends. What women do is what women do. If you doing it and Cardi B's doing it and Megan Thee Stallion, all them doing it, most women will. I don't care how fucking old they are. They're gonna dress just like those young girls. They're gonna have their titties out, their cheeks out. They're gonna do all the stuff the younger women do. And I think that's where it becomes convoluted because now all women are in competition with each other across the board. They chasing the same guy, and they passing up the guy that will fucking give his life for you, that will build you a house instead of having somebody just do it for him. He's gonna do everything. And I think that, if we can get to a space where those guys and those women can start seeing eye to eye, we'll be strong as hell.
You know where those
Absolutely.
guys go? I'm gonna tell you where they go. You know where they go? They go to a foreign woman because they know the foreign woman
They know what to do.
know that it's not about beauty, it's not about anything, it's about integrity
Yep.
and respect and all that. So if you're having a hard time in the dating pool, expand your dating pool and you'll be like shocked.
Honestly, I would agree
I
with you.
disagree with that. I
I would
disagree
agree.
with that. I think they do have competition. It's just not in the same culture as ours.
Listen, I would agree with you.
It's like a different
It's not the same culture as ours. I mean, they got different things. If you want to go to like the islands, they got colorism and bleaching their skin. They got other different beauty standards that they're fighting
but
against,
it's
and it's
not
just
the same.
nothing
That's what
like
I'm saying.
ours.
What he
Yeah, like I
described
said
is
that too. It's
different.
just nothing like
Yeah.
ours. Like
Mm.
it's not like ours.
Yeah,
They
like I
know.
said, I would agree with that, except for the fact that American culture has been exported everywhere, to every corner of this earth. So
It
you know,
could be every part, but it also depends on how you're raised and your culture and all that stuff, right?
yeah, no. So it could, like I said, like you're gonna have a better pool. It's gonna be a cleaner pool, let's just say,
Yeah.
right? It's gonna be less nonsense in the pool, but it's slowly getting infected or
Mm.
filled in, and it's gonna be no different than the pool that you're already in locally. So
But also you got to think about in America, it's one of the only places in the world where women are put in front of the men. It's one of the only places. The women are placed in front of the
What do you
men,
mean by that? Sorry, what do you mean by that?
meaning that the policing of behaviors, it's more geared towards the men than the women. Women are put in positions to be as free and wild and loose and do
just
all
don't.
of these things that really are detrimental to their health and safety over the long term. It's great when you're 19 and 20 and 22, you just stand there. Yeah, but as you get older and these behaviors to continue to be displayed in your lives, it becomes health problems because women are drinking more. They smoking more. They doing riskier behaviors than women of 30 years ago used to do. You never saw your mama's titties after teenage years unless you walked in the bathroom. You didn't see your mama's ass out going to the family gathering. No, you didn't see that. But now with the freedom and the liberties that women are afforded, because all it does within our community is keeps them separate from us. Because a man that really values you, he's going to say, "Hey, babe, you can't wear that shit. That shit look good when I saw you, yeah, but we in a different space. You
Yeah,
can't wear that."
Can
And
you
what
say
women
I
do,
would
that the
say
same about the
society got
man?
more.
I can't
No,
hear.
no, we never going to say no, honey. Put your shirt on. I don't want to see that. No, we're never going to say no shit like that. That's when I agree. Where men say that women and men just don't think alike. We
We
are the
don't.
way we sexualize things and the way that men sexualize things is not the same. You could tell that by how we sexualize each other and the way that men desexualize each other. Like women, I said that backwards. How women desexualize each other, how men will sexualize each other. Like no man is going to want to go to the bathroom with another man, but women go to the bathroom together. We bathe, we do a lot of things that men would deem
Mhm.
in their manhood and between brotherhood inappropriate. So
Yes.
we
The
don't
worst part,
look
the worst part is when women
at
criticize
sex
that,
like
they always
like
think it's like, oh, you're insecure. Like, nah, it's not
No.
about insecurity. Like, this is
I wouldn't. I,
hugely
I would
like
respect the
invasive.
difference. I just respect the
Yeah.
difference. I respect the difference. I don't know how to say
Yeah.
that any other way.
I respect the difference too. I agree with you. Yeah. We ain't go- me if me and a man, if me and another guy go into a bathroom, there's there is instances when it happens. You see two stalls, ain't nobody just waiting to, go in. But as a man, if it's overcrowded, we'll more than likely step out.
Yep.
We're not looking at all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because men are sort of funny when it comes to the body parts of other men. We ain't trying to look at that shit. We don't want to be no. I don't need to see what your shit look like. I know what my shit look like.
I think one
We
thing
are
women
highly sensitive about other male parts. Well, women are not. We're
Yeah.
desensitized.
no, but I think what women, a lot of women don't understand about men is that our the switch to our mental sexuality is a lot finickier. Like it's easy to switch back and forth. So therefore, that our disgust response is just as is easily switched as well.
I
It's,
disagree.
oh yeah.
I don't think it's easy. I think if you could, if it was easy, it wouldn't be such a high sensitivity to see another man's dick. But since
No,
there
no,
is,
no.
you
You missed.
know, it's I don't think it's like that at all. I
No,
don't
no.
think I could
I
put
didn't say
it
it's
on or
easy
off.
for us to switch. It's easily switched. It's like a trigger.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So that's why porn is such a big thing because it's easily switched. It's not something hard. Like if I let my mind wander, I'm getting aroused. It's not.
Right, right, right,
Absolutely.
So it's
right.
an easy
Absolutely.
switch, and then there's a lot of discipline that comes into trying to control that.
That's why we are different from men.
Ah,
But
It's
man.
not
wouldn't
like
you say the other individuals like
we can contain ourselves with it's just we just don't think about it that way.
Maureen drives a
I
interruption
think if
bus.
women wasn't yeah,
Morphine.
you did. But I got what she said. I think if we were raised like men are raised, like to not be around each other naked and nude and things like that, we would have that high end sensitivity about each other. But since we're not raised that way since the beginning of time, then we just never will have that in our DNA. I guess that's a part of our nurturing side.
I don't think you could speak for all women because I yeah, like speaking for me, I don't feel comfortable changing in front of another woman or doing anything. Like we all hide in corners, so it just depends on the woman, I guess.
Yeah.
There's always
What
exceptions,
you
but
said what I said. I said if we wasn't raised that way, then you wouldn't think that. You would
or
think
you
exactly
do
what you
that.
just
You
said.
do that often as well. But is that something you do intentionally?
What's
But
that?
No,
again, in my
what
culture,
is
you
what?
have wait. In my culture, you have men that hold hands, and like we don't think nothing of it. It's not sexual. There's men that hug really tight. There's men that walk arm to arm with each other, and they're like best friends.
Mhm.
Nothing. sexual from both sides. They hold hands. Everybody, you know what I mean? It's not like how it is in America. If you see two men, then automatically just switch.
No, in France and the Arab countries, they kiss each other, not on the lips, but they kiss each other on the cheek.
Yes, and they're very intimate, but it's not like that. It's not sexual. So here, it's very sexual, so it's different.
No, again,
Mm.
it becomes an issue of blurring the lines.
But that's because women are placed to the forefront. That's the objection. That's the objective of the feminist movement. The women have taken over spaces where typically they wouldn't be, and they're allowed to have these freedoms. And for the most part, as they get older, those freedoms become detrimental to who they are. It puts them in a bad state of mind.
QT, what culture are you from?
I'm from East Africa.
East Africa.
Okay.
So
that's Islamic.
no, yeah, no, it's not Islam. I figured like Ethiopia, Eritrea.
I'm not going to be specific,
Oh,
brother.
not bad. I didn't realize that was.
Senegal, places like that. Do they adopt the Western culture as far as whether women are able to have a more of a voice and dictate how some things go, or is it still male dominated?
It depends on the relationship, but majority is male dominated.
Okay. Is that always a bad thing, or is it some good within that space?
I think it's a good thing because, to be honest, I have never seen my mother or my father naked in my life or how they look like. They're always modest and covered, and so is everybody. Like, it's just, for me to go outside with a low cut V showing my breast is a little uncomfortable for me because of the way I was raised and stuff. So it's just, I feel uncomfortable. I could do it. I have the freedom to do it, but I just feel uncomfortable about it.
Okay.
Because it's uncomfortable for somebody to look at you like that. It feels uncomfortable, but maybe it's the way I was raised and the way, maybe I don't know. But I commend those women that can go out there and be like that.
Right.
And
Why do women do that?
Why do you
feel because it takes a lot of confidence to go out there like that and all the eyes on you and not feel.
Or lack of shame.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I don't know if it's a lack of shame because it's not like she's saying they're going out there dressing like hoochies. It's just like, even if you had a princess cut, she probably wouldn't wear that either. I mean, a princess neckline, she probably wouldn't wear that either. That doesn't mean that the woman that is wearing one is less is more sluttier.
The reason she's not going out there like that because there's a sense of shame wearing something like that out there.
Yeah.
That's how she was raised, to be shameful.
It's because I'm aware that men are visual, and I'm aware that attention will be on me, and I don't want attention like that.
Right. So, with you saying that, but most women to say that's what men want. Now, granted,
women feel freedom to wear that, and they feel comfortable. And there's like, honestly, I say whatever you feel comfortable is whatever you feel comfortable. I just don't feel comfortable like that.
Man, that's
everybody's different.
I mean, women have a hard time holding up with accountable like that.
It's hard to shame somebody because you don't know. It's not good to shame people and what they do and what they do.
It's perfectly viable to shame somebody if they're doing something incorrectly. If you,
but it's up to you to see what is incorrectly.
In America, it's not deemed incorrect or inappropriate. That's the thing. That's the problem. And here's the thing, Maurice, and this is from my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong. There's more for every one black man, there's 10 to 12 black women.
That seems high.
It is high. And this is where I think it gets
anymore,
twisted as far as who is the prize. If most men could move in a capacity that they are the prize and not be so desperate for a woman just because of the way she looks, then most men would have a better result, because now the women will have to pay attention to the man, and they will have to be prepared to be chosen by that man, and they will have to wear uniforms, which really means the clothing, so that when a man sees them, he sees beyond the physical.
So I
You
don't.
can see the physical because a fine woman is a fine woman. Can't get around that.
But
I
what
have a
happened if you
question.
can't see that she's fine? So how
Yeah,
would Americans
We can
work
see it.
within that?
We can
but I
see
have
it.
a question for the women who are in America who dress modesty. Okay, is it fair to say that some individuals will dress like that in order to like capture the opposite sex because like you said, the competition, right? It's like the need to find somebody, and then everything like that is acceptable. So therefore, you have to be like everybody else, right? Because if a modest woman walks by and a one that has a big ass and she's wearing short shorts walks by, majority of men will look at the short shorts and try to get at her, right?
Yeah, we'll
So
look at her.
maybe it's the men's change of mind state that needs to happen before the women follow in line.
But QT, here's the difference. We will look at her. We will even sleep with her, and that's as far as she gets.
You the fool if you married her. That's
Yes,
that's
and
that's the
that's as
joke.
far as she gets. Now, the woman
But
who's
I get that.
totally opposite, a guy would take his time to get to know her,
Yeah.
and she can
But
display
she
her
doesn't.
qualities to him.
But fellas, she doesn't feel like she's getting the attention, or
Exactly.
she
No,
doesn't feel. I mean, y'all putting value to a woman that doesn't feel that, or a woman that doesn't get celebrated by that. Like even right now, we don't talk about or put on a pedestal those type of women. We have more conversations about the opposite than that. And even with
well,
QT,
well,
if a woman, if
let me
women
respond to
in
the
America,
pedestal. Let me respond to the pedestal thing. The fact is, these women are not to be pedestalized. That's the beauty of them. That
Hmm.
they're not pedestalized, and by that merit that sells, they're elevated to a certain importance value because they're not pedestalized.
but how do we know that if we don't know that?
Well, that's not something that comes from society. It comes from your family.
Yes, and this is the bigger problem because the validation, and this is where I think a lot of women, even men, sort of are missing a part of their social development. A lot of those validations for a young girl should come from a father. When a man who is righteous in your life can catch you earlier age and say, baby, this is how you carry yourself as a young lady.
I
You
think it's
can't do this despite of. And
yeah.
that's where we missing because a lot of these behaviors that the men and women are learning are all learned behaviors from the people who are closest in their lives.
No,
These children are growing up seeing ass and titties. So I don't
yeah,
have to respect that
yeah,
if I
no,
see it from 6 years
I get
old.
that.
That's
yeah.
all.
I think it's a little bit deeper than that. I'm working on theories, and one of my theories is that women are high in a family setting. The mothers are highly responsible for building a certain level of inherent value in children, but they're only capable of doing that if they're in this feminine mindset to be able to do it. That's why nurturing tends to come more natural to women in this. They always want to build self-esteem in their children. That's why also too they're less likely to give them structure because they want this aspect of whatever they are to be brought out as big as possible, right? And if you limit it too much, you kind of shut that down. Where fathers bring in that discipline structure, and which kind of does stifle that child. So, like, obviously, you can see if the child is overly mothered. I'm using quotes here. That child becomes this undisciplined wreck. If that child is over fathered, that child becomes this sheltered, stifled, unexpressive person. So
So
there's
you need a balance of both. You need a
you,
healthy balance
it's
of
not just a balance of both. You
Yes.
need like a full implosion of both.
Wouldn't you?
That
Okay, let's take
child,
that.
the child needs to be able to balance that out within themselves.
Let's take that a little bit further.
sounds like
Isn't
a
it
perfect
like
world.
isn't that like community as well, like society as well? Because you can have the most perfect parents, the most modest parents, but if the society in whole is moving differently, there's a chance that your child will move differently,
I
whatever
think
society.
Yeah, that
So
was
it's a
my
it's
point
a
in the beginning.
society.
well,
It's where you are and what you learn is what
let's
you project.
I
It
know
is
let's
not.
take it
That's what I was saying that. I was saying
To a
let's
that.
take it
certain point.
hold on,
That
let's
goes
take
into
it
a
one
certain
step,
point.
one step at a time. Because after your parents, there's your immediate like family and that structure around the aunts, uncles, right? The current society right now, we kind of just stay away from aunts and uncles. We don't have those there, so that's missing. Then there's your neighborhood, right? And it's your parents' responsibility that they put you in a proper appropriate neighborhood. And we don't talk to our neighbors, right? So that's missing. So there's the only grand society we have now is internet, essentially, right? So this creates way too many different types of stimuluses that are not consistent enough for us to actually be able to appropriately measure what needs to be measured.
So how did we get in the last little couple seconds before I end the show, how do we get to a, like, what's the solution to that? If knowing that we are more communicative over the internet and over social media, the social platforms, what is the solution to that?
I say that's not the solution. The solution is tapping back into the real world. It means that you know uncles, aunts, families need to stay together in like a general similar vicinity and build a community, and then find other families that are similar to them in their thought process, in their values. Create a community around that with other families and stuff like that. So they're, and I'm totally into the concept of arranged marriage as well, where
Mm-hmm.
but arranged marriage only works within a community that's like-minded and is focused on making sure things are better for the next generation to come.
I totally agree with that. I had a conversation about that on another podcast when we were talking about generational wealth, and the guy was talking about how it started off with the mom and the daddy, and I basically was saying it kind of started off with the community first, because if you can't marry your daughter off to a good family, then that one person is neither here or there, because of the same sentiment that you said. Without going on into details, everything that you said backed up what I said. You just said it way more eloquently. Way more eloquently.
I'm gonna be a little negative over here.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is like, I'm so sorry, but like there's no changing because our society has moved in a different direction and it's gonna continue moving in different directions. We have generational trauma that are not getting the help, and therefore they'll keep going. We'll keep going, but hopefully one day there's a change. But I don't see it anytime soon that there will be a change, because if the government and society is pushing some kind of narrative, it's really hard for few families can do it, but it's really hard for everybody to like kind of change their direction when
Honestly,
everybody's heading the same way.
honestly, what you're talking about is discipline, discipline. Because the society is going to go the direction it's going. Like if like look at the Amish community, look at the Jewish community. They don't follow these things. They have a certain set of values that they follow, and it supersedes anything else that comes.
They
So
also isolated themselves, unless you find a group of like individuals that isolate themselves and then create their own kind of rules and regulations. If you're part of society, you usually go with what the
so
society is
when
telling you.
we say
That's a
isolate
point. You got a
certain
point there,
individuals
Mario.
actually successful,
The communities that isolate themselves, yes, but they still have to come into society, and there's always that kind of influence that the society has. Like if the government, everybody tells you, okay, now we're accepting these people, guess what? Now it's in the job, now it's in the school system, now it's in everywhere. So therefore, majority of your family is going to go through where society is going. So it's really, unless you isolate, meaning you have your own food, everything, you become your own like community and you just isolate from society, which is really hard to do, but some people do it, then I say go for it. But majority of people will do what the government and society heads to.
Once you say that word hard,
They call them
only one
cults.
response I'm gonna give to you, and that's discipline.
But here's
And
the thing.
discipline comes with religion. Majority of people that are very religious and into their religion
I want to give the
find a
floor.
discipline in it. Anyways, I'm done.
All right,
I want to give the floor to Trey, and then I'm gonna have to end his brothers,
So
sisters.
everything that y'all saying, yeah, in a utopia world, yes, that would be fine. However, in our state of our society today, we've gone over 35 years without any type of community, any type of working together from the young and the old. Everyone now is moving in an individual path. Our society is going to stay the same as long as the women continue to stay separate and as long as those voices continue to push separation from the man. It will not change. We'll never have a community because the youngest and the strongest of us, they fuss and fight. They don't want to get together, but they fucking. So the generational curve of children born out of wedlock will go into our millennium. And that's where we're going to always fall short. As long as everyone else knows that the young and the old and everything in between won't work together just because, then we're going to always fall short. The only thing that changes is the players. The game is the same. Maybe add some new nuances within it, but it's still the same. We can't build generational wealth without families being formed. It can't happen. You can't build generational wealth without home ownership. Y'all see goddamn apartments or a studio is $1,500. You paying somebody else's debt. You can't do it if you don't invest in your children. You have to invest in your children. You got some smart ass little kids. When I mean smart, they smart in school. They were smarter than your slow talking self. Invest in those children. Let them see their full potential come through. Don't have them giving up at 14 and 15 years old because you're trying to dress them like you thinking everything is cute that they do. So you have to start somewhere. And I don't know how come we don't see it as adults, especially with people with children, that if you invest in your children, 4 years of investment in your children will give them a lifetime of prosperity. We can't be focused on ourselves. Mama didn't go to the pool party and the cookout. Mama went to the church picnic and the family reunion. She invested in the children.
Preach, brother.
So,
Yes.
I don't know. It's not going to listen, as an individual, if you won't change for yourself, just move totally opposite of what you hear and see out here. Because and we black, we gonna stay poor if we keep falling into this bullshit. We gonna stay poor. Ain't no changing the shit. You gonna be poor, living in the same neighborhood. And when they start tearing that shit down, and you crying about how they getting it, because it ain't never meant for us to be here. And as long as we stay separate, shit, they gonna continue to win. Shout out to fucking Gen X. We gonna fight. Everybody else, find y'all somebody, make a fucking deal, write that shit out on a contract. That's all I got. Appreciate you, Morphine.
Yeah.
And you better be glad I'm married, because you would be more and fiending over me.
And that's a wrap, eh?
All right, I always hit y'all up with the next show. Yeah, we gonna wrap on that one. I'm gonna hit y'all up with the next show. My next show is about which political party is better for Black people. We whether it's a Republican, or Democrat, we get back into the political conversation because that's where I dwell and I love to be. So that's our next conversation too. Next week, guys, same time, same place.
Thank you for inviting me. Have a good day.
Appreciate you,
Come
Morphine.
back,
Always
QT.
a pleasure.
Come back.
Yes, come back.